Hello everyone, welcome to DreamIn. Dado here, and good evening. So what are we doing today? Today I think it's gonna be mostly a day of pixel art, probably. What's the story so far? On the last couple of streams, we've been implementing our new unit, Wolf Ink Dude, or Ink Wolf Dude, depending on how you want to say it. We implemented all the abilities for the guy in Unreal, and that's pretty much done. There are a few implementations that might be a bit like debatable, opinable, but it's fine for now. It will allow me to just like prove the concept, and that's all good. So I'm gonna put that to the side for a day or two, I guess, basically. And now we have to do, well, this dude. We have to actually make the dude. It's been a bit too long since I've been using placeholder stuff for too long. So it's time to give everyone their own like art, and then I don't need to feel ashamed that I'm using like Final Fantasy sprites for now as prototype stuff. When I get rid of that, so. And probably I should at one point do like some, I don't know, something that like some generic sprite just to use as a placeholder whenever I make a new unit, so I don't use like Final Fantasy stuff. As you might see now, I kind of decided to bring a bit of like reinforcements to all of this, because it's been like been a bit of a struggle. Well, last time of course was the first time in many moons since I've been doing pixel art, and this will be more of that. I guess, but it's fine. Will survive. But as mentioned, I decided to bring up a bit of like reinforcements in the form of like well, Final Fantasy sprites to see how the hell did they do the kind of like top down isometric like animal kingdom stuff. Again, this is not going to be copied or anything, because, well, first of all, they have a lot more pixels that I want to use actually. Also, they were a lot better than me. So that's not gonna be, of course, it's not gonna be like that at all. But I think it's good to kind of like take inspiration in terms of like, like how do they position the legs, and how do they solve the leg problem that I'm also having, which you can kind of see actually. Oops, you can kind of see here. Like if you see this guy, I should have done the shortcuts for this freaking thing. I'm like an old man. If you see, they have like, well, the same problem, quote unquote, that I have, which is, well, this is the head of the dude, and this is its like left leg, and of course, you kind of need to be able to tell the difference between the two. And in fact, I mean, it's kind of interesting that like I guess this is of course the what's it called, let's call it mouth. I guess it's not a mouth, the muzzle. And this is the leg, of course. And there is no really that much that separates them. Even the colors are quite similar, apart from, well, it's a bit darker, of course, at the end of it to kind of give the shade, which I understand. And then actually a suggestion from a friend was like, oh, why don't you give it like fangs or something, or socks or something? Possibly, because yeah, by seeing the fangs of this dude, you can also kind of start guessing, oh yeah, that's clearly not the mouth, because those are fangs. And you can also see on both like sides, of course. So this guy has the same in both like sides, clearly, because it's same legs. But that kind of, I think, will that also allows like the player to be like, yeah, well, that's how its leg looks like. So the other one is also clearly that. So I think that also helps. So I might consider giving like fangs to this dude, even though again I have way less pixels. So it's a bit like it's tricky to give fangs to this guy because it's not that many pixels. I don't really expect to have a lot more than what I have in terms of like a literal pixel count. I don't think so, but we'll see. I guess we'll see. I guess I can kind of start. I guess I can zoom out because I do wanna. Well, I also have you. Yeah, you also see it. That I have it as my preview as well, like this guy, so I can kind of still see what is going on a bit. I think the main thing to solve is, first of all, the face of the guy, because it's like, and maybe even the color. I feel like it's definitely, it's probably too, like, I don't know, what's the right term for it? I don't want to say too colorful, but like the red is quite red, and it's a bit too much. I think it should be a bit like less like bright. I guess it should be It's like this, I guess it's a mix of like red, like with a hint of orange. I guess. I'm not an artist. I'm sorry. So I see colors the way like I don't know, children see colors, which everything is red to me more or less. Or like I think like I have like 6 colors, like red, blue, green. That's it. Can have all different shades. It makes no difference to me, which is not a great thing to say while I'm doing art. But yeah, whatever. So yeah, so the step will be make the face of the guy somehow, and it kind of ended up being something. First of all, I kind of want to try different colors a bit. I want to try see if it makes any difference. Because this is a bit too dark, isn't it? It's definitely too dark to be the color of the guy, like the actual color. It's be also because it's like in this case it's like I feel like it's mixed brown. Feels a bit. So I've been kind of trying. What is that literally? I'm kind of trying to figure out what is that. Which colors might work. This is clearly a lot more brownish. Because I guess I can also play like with maybe instead of doing this, I could do it this way, right? And then I can play. This barely makes a difference, I guess, in terms of like color. Um, more or less, more or less. And I've also, you might notice this on the other side. Can I move this? How does this move? Like this. I also have like some sort of like again a reference of a lot more, a lot more of a complex pixel art on this side, which again too many pixels for me to even be useful. But it's kind of like an interesting reference to see as like I could do like the head basically and see how that kind of goes. And now I feel like I've been procrastinating enough, and no, I can actually start doing the thing. It's also arguable that it doesn't need to be. It's not necessarily a bad idea to move the head so that it's not like. I mean, tactics does it. I've been thinking like if it would be weird to literally have a head that looks like this, like looking like to the side. I don't know if it's a good idea because it's a bit like. In some ways, it will kind of help me, kind of like have like a distinctive feature, instead of because I feel like the one of the main problems I'm having right now is that like also I should definitely I guess switch. Like this head is like a bit. It's kind of funny how by literally just touching one pixel, things start really looking like different. Like I literally just added a pixel here, and the head looks a lot more like a head, which is kind of funny. What the hell is the raise? Is it E? Yeah, it makes sense. It will be, right? It will be E. Something I always kind of struggle, and I kind of try to fix it when I eventually. It's like the staircase effect, but like I tend to just do it, and then I kind of like I try to fix it after. It's a bit like I don't know if I really understand how it even works. I'm kind of barely. Because now I'm kind of just vaguely changing color. There's probably a better way to like replace a color. I think there's a literal replace tool. So I think like one of the things is like this looks weird as a head, right? It looks like I guess it's just this. We're kind of like maybe we should take a step back in a way and like try to get back to define a head that looks because that's maybe that's the thing. It's literally just like right now it's just a staircase of like 4 pixels, which doesn't look good, does it? It's a bit awkward. So instead, maybe I can do something else to make it look different. It looks again like a staircase. It's a bit. Because how do they solve it? Sometimes they seem to not really care what they do, which is kind of interesting. What they do, well, unless they just don't care. Like you can see if you really focus like on, which is also maybe a lesson for me as well, where like even professional pixel artists, sometimes you will have, I guess, a staircase or like a very like straight line, I guess. And it's fine, honestly. They kind of play around with it with like with different colors, because of course they're using a lot more colors to do this. And also there's the entire thing to consider, which is which is kind of interesting. Where the hell do you zoom out? I don't actually know. I can do it with mouse, I guess. Which is of course the thing that back when this was released, this was on CRT. This was on PlayStation 1. Well, this was in like Final Fantasy. Which there was so there's the entire thing like those TVs from back in the day. For those that remember, they used to, well, they do kind of like their own aliasing of sorts, like and people used to draw it, used to make pixel art around that idea, so that you probably can find like you can find screenshots and stuff of people displaying this, where like what do you see, like what you the reason why games don't look as good as they used to is because even now it's just a different TV. They used to do so if you look exactly at the same game now on like on a modern TV, it will look worse, of course, before resolution as well, of course, because now it's everything gets exploded and zoomed out. The resolution over the time was like 640 by 480, I think. But yeah, so maybe I should. I think there is a chance that I should take a step back. No, give me the. What am I doing? Why am I? Oh, I'm in the wrong layer. How did I get to it? I should think maybe take a step back and like try to get a bit of a shape going that reminds you of actually the thing that I'm doing, right? So, because that's it looks like a bit like Zoidberg. Now, because of course now it definitely mixes with like with the legs, and it's kind of funny. So that's definitely weird, right? The weird. So we don't want that, and we probably want to kind of do this to avoid again having a bit of the staircase effect of sorts. Still, I think the eye is actually okay. I don't think I want to really change the eye. This also kind of works like literally 2 pixels. I don't mind it. I feel like it both kind of fit the guy. I could try like another thing I could try is like give it like this. I don't mind this either, honestly, and I think that's literally the color of this other guy. What is the color of this guy? That part of it should really be like I should keep the same color, shouldn't I? So now finally enough, it looks like it has like what's it called? Like bugs have it. Pinches. Some bugs have them, like scarabs or whatever. Sorry guys. Nature is not my fault. They're definitely not in English. But you know, you understand, right? So I think the eyes kind of worked out, looking like that. That I'm kind of okay with. I need to figure out. So we kind of go back to this, and let's try to make it. Let's make it easy on ourselves for now, and go without trying to figure out how to make the left leg look like. Because it might just be, honestly, I don't even know if it's needed, like to show. You could argue, oh well, but that's not how physics work. That's not how anything works. I don't care. So if it's just like 1 pixel, you can argue maybe it's like 1 pixel here or something. I don't even know if it's based on how this is like positioned and stuff. I don't even know if the if the leg should show. I actually forgot. I have one more thing that I'm gonna use as a reference for when I need to figure out how things look like in real life. And I'm gonna use this dude. So this dude is like from a game, of course, and I can kind of it's a 4-leg guy. It's the only 4-leg thing I have, I think, in my house. And I'm gonna use it as like, you know, like a toy of sorts. Like, you know, you have like the I don't know how you call them. Like it's like people that draw like humans, like humanoid forms. They have like a mannequin, I guess, of sorts. Like, you just use that for reference. You just put it in poses and stuff, right? yeah, you do that. I don't have that, but instead I have a Lego thingy. So this is also something I'm gonna use to see. Well, how would it look in the? Which actually helps more than you might think. Kind of gives me like kind of a bit of an idea of how things should look when looking at them from top down, basically. So also that is not. I'm trying to kind of use all the help that I can because I suck at this. Um, I think this shape is kind of okay. I suspect. Again, I don't necessarily. It doesn't necessarily need to really resemble exactly that reference art that I have, because that was just something that I made like quickly on like using AI just to have something, right? Because I don't have talent in terms of like actually drawing things, so I had to do something else to have some sort of reference. Um, but it doesn't, like, again, it's not at all how it's supposed to be. And again, I want to keep mentioning this art won't, like the what's it called, the concept art, everything that you see on top left, that's not gonna be in game because I didn't make that, so nothing AI made will be actually in game. But again, I don't have the luxury of being able to draw, first of all, or paying someone to make me a concept art right now. So for now, it's just whatever I can do, basically. Don't really know where I'm going with this by now. Like, just like now I don't really know which shape I'm kind of following though. I'm kind of looking for like a happy accident of sorts almost. I feel like one thing that I need to do, and this is also, again, also this is gonna give me a little bit of like help in terms of how could it more or less look. I don't mind using that as some sort of reference. You know what? Let's get rid of this for now because it's just complicating things. Let's just make sure that like the shape, like the main shape of the guy, is kind of because once I have that, I can kind of play around with the rest, right? So I feel like by now it's looking like something on four legs, which is pretty much an improvement on what I had before. I'm okay with that. And also, if you're wondering by any chance why the hell do you have this black line, is to kind of like give me some sort of like idea of height, because I want to make sure that the units that I make follow some sort of like consistent like height, right? Like all humanoids should more or less be the same height, or maybe even literally just the same height. All the humans are, let's not try to make them like the short ones and the tall ones. Everyone is gonna be, the same height for simplicity. And apart from maybe if I do decide a literal tall person, like that's a tall guy, then sure, that's fine as well, I guess. But in general, no. But yeah, I'm using this kind of as a reference. So if you see like well, this one is hidden, but I think I have it here. Yeah, so yeah, kind of an idea of how tall things are, a vague idea of that, which is, I think, good. So I don't make someone gigantic, because that's also where at one point I wasn't doing this, and yeah, I ended up making something gigantic basically compared to the rest. I was like, gee, this guy is, well, either everyone else is really small or this guy is really tall, and neither was true. So okay, but then I feel like I'm kind of okay with this. I'm kind of like procrastinating a bit in terms of like how to do this, because then it would be like something along those lines, right? It would be if we start making it. It looks weird, doesn't it? Then I wonder, should it do this? Or should it be more dark, like this? No, this seems like its ears. Which again, it kind of goes back to happy accidents. I don't necessarily mind. If I make something that starts looking like, oh, that's his ear, right? Yeah, yes it is. Yes it is. That's exactly what I wanted to do all along. And I don't mind it at all. So, the one thing that I want to maybe avoid um, up to a point is, in my mind, this guy shouldn't look too cute. That's what how I kind of see it. In my mind, I want something that looks more cool than cute. Or, I mean, I guess everything needs to look kind of cute, you know, up to a point, because that's kind of the style. Not necessarily cute, like cutesy, but more like I don't know, like uncanny valley kind of thing. But at the same time, again, I can actually gain some level doing this. I don't mind this. At the same time, I want the evolutions to look a bit more evolved. It's funny, a friend of mine at one point, this was I think a while ago, when I was like talking about this, like my design with like a real life friend, and I was showing the base units, and they're like, oh, so how is this gonna evolve? And they were like, please don't make it like Digimon, where like everything like evolves into like, I don't know, like a Gaijin, completely different person, but a completely different thing with like barely any resemblance to the original. And even though maybe that's a bit much, I am kind of going that route in a way, where like, of course, like, because this guy comes from this guy, right? And you're like, wait, how? Like, well, first of all, they're both ink, so you know, always keep that in mind. They're both ink, which again, I don't know how I'm gonna actually convey. I suspect I might, what I've seen, well, what I literally saw this kind of do. How the hell do you do pan in this? As a V? No, that's the entire thing. What's pan? We'll never know. Slice. Pan. H. Hand. Okay, sure. So I can see like in this drawing, the ink kind of like dripping is literally like pixels just coming off, which is not necessarily weird, but I feel like in my case, where I have so little in terms of like, well, actual pixels and in real estate, it would be like if I start doing this, yeah, really that's weird. Like it literally needs to be like one line, and it kinda already looks weird, right? It definitely needs to be a slightly different color so you can still see like the shape. Do I like that? Oh, it looks like it has like sort of forehead. I'm kind of following a bit of my instinct into the like, how the hell don't necessarily mind it. The question is this color? I think probably also I should try to keep like I don't like the way that I'm doing shading right now is super basic or not even existent sometimes. Like in this case, this guy doesn't even have shade. Like I'm trying to keep things very simple, like because I'm purposefully currently using like a very small amount of pixels to make my dudes a bit of because of again kind of like well, concerns in terms of like production. Like I need to make this, and if I try too much, I think if I try to make it too detailed, maybe I can even get to that. You know, I have I can maybe show you at one point. I need to find it again. At one point I made a very detailed unit, which I actually liked. I thought it actually looked cool, and I might use it like as a reference, as my own reference. But it was super detailed, all considered, and like animating that guy and making everyone else, that took me like days, you know, and animating that guy will take me probably even longer, and then it means that like every single unit takes me like a week or two of like like after work, and given that I want to make a bunch of units, that's just not feasible, basically, in terms of like it's just not realistic if I want to actually ship something. And when I say shape, I mean more like first of all the some sort of vertical slice or some sort of like demo basically. What a vertical slice is. I think I kind of explained it a few times. But I keep saying the same thing because it might be boring. But yeah, I need to be able to, like the worst case scenario ever, which is no funding whatsoever, no help whatsoever, like paid or unpaid or like kindness, just me doing everything. And if that becomes the truth, then yeah, and I still want to do it. Basically, that's the thing. I still want to be able to get it, to get to that point. But it means then I need to be smart about it. I need to be smart about like where I spend my time, basically, because there is so much more, so that needs to be done, right? We haven't even talked about well, 3D, which, as if you have seen, like, you know, previous streams or my video on YouTube or something, you might have noticed like I'm using currently a super placeholdery like checkboard of sorts, like chessboard of sorts, like which has no color. It's literally just the cubes from Unreal, I think, with different colors basically. And yeah, that's no good, of course. But it's back to the point. I have even less knowledge of making 3D than I have on making 2D. So that one will be fun. I actually did take a course of like of Blender. It's just on my own, just to try. The point of that was like I wanted to be able to follow tutorials basically, because I couldn't even do that. I would like look at a tutorial and I'll be like, well, I don't even know what the guy's doing. I don't know which like shortcuts to press. And when he said extrude, I don't even know what that means. Oh, well, I know what it means, but like I don't know how to do it in Blender. Like, okay, well, what is that button even? I didn't even know that. So I couldn't even follow like basic tutorials. Which yeah, then kind of brought me to the point of like, well, maybe it's better to yeah, to do a tutorial, to do like some sort of like an online course or something. That's what I did, and see like this. So at least I can follow along. So now I can at least look at tutorial and understand the basics of like, okay, that's what they're pressing, that's the idea, and after that I can at least, well, do stuff a bit more. You know what? Honestly, I don't necessarily mind how this guy. Now that looks weird. It looks more like more than a wolf, which again, it doesn't need to actually look like a wolf. I call it wolf dude because that's what, like, in my mind I was like, yeah, I guess it's a wolf. It doesn't even have to be a wolf. I don't have anything, yeah, that really forces me like this needs to be a wolf. I was about to say it looks more like a goat of some sort. I don't know. It gives me like a. It might be for the literal goatee kind of thing. Which does goatee come from goat in English? Probably. I don't even know. Sorry. It's giving me that kind of vibe. But it's funny because like, so, but only zoomed in. So the zoomed out version doesn't give me that vibe really. Apart from again this pixely stuff, which I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how, because I do want to try to convey ink as an idea. Maybe literal different colors will work. Like if I do it this way, I'll leave this side alone, because if I try to mix with the edges, like this side, this shape, the silhouette of this shape, I think it will look. Then it looks like it's more of the head basically. So if I do this, yeah, at best you can't see it. At worst, it just looks weird. It looks like it has a beard or something. So instead, I think we do it this way. Maybe this kind of. Does it make sense? Should it be darker and then? Which one is best? Oh, this doesn't look too weird, so I might keep that. So we get to this point, and I think I kind of have a head. Honestly, I'm not too mad about how this looks. Honestly, I'm kind of okay with it. It's like a bit Super Saiyan-y. This is one of those where like I start playing around a lot with this like shadows and like, or whatever you want to call it, like, and then I remove all of it. So like, why is that even there? What is this exactly? Which is also a question. Should it be like this? I don't mind the Super Saiyan-y look. Mostly because I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball, I guess, so that helps. Okay, so now it's too thin, I think. I think it was better actually this way. I think it was better this way, and then we kind of start doing the rest. How chubby is this dude? That's the question. How chubby is this dude? Because now I'm like, I think that's too much. Probably should be something like this, honestly. Now it seems like he has a... It's a very fine line in making it look like he has a big bum. I think it might also be because of this randomness with oops, which I don't think I need right now. I think it's fine to get rid of it and kind of start figuring out the rest of the body. Because I think, so first of all, this darkness here actually I think helps quite a bit in terms of like giving the shape to the leg. I think this works. Then can also play around with like what my friend suggested, which was like fangs. I feel like this kind of gives you those are fangs, but the color may be just weird. The color is definitely not what I would use. Can I steal it from something that I like? Well, this guy doesn't have fangs. This guy doesn't really have fangs. This guy has big chunky fangs or whatever they're called. Tusks? No, I don't know, because it's more like it's huge. It's more like a goat. What do they have? Hoofs. That's what they have. Anyway, so maybe that, honestly. Out of stellar, because this is too much, right? This looks weird. But do this doesn't look like anything like you can... I mean, I guess, so in the zoomed in, which again will never be the case, it looks a bit weird. In this way, that's kind of okay. Oops. So I'm thinking... That's definitely a bit of a belly now. I think this... I think this is weird, isn't it? Would it be more like this? Well, it wouldn't have... Oops. It wouldn't have this, would it? It would be, yeah, kind of like this. It's kind of... It's a bit chunky. It's a bit of a chunky dude. What if we give it some more shading of sorts? Does this help with anything? No, that just looks weird. I think I'm kind of settling to something that I don't mind in a way or another. I still don't know, like, because I put a tail on the guy, and I think the tail is good actually, because without the tail it looks a bit weird. I think without the tail it looks like not much. So I think I do want the tail. I might need to actually revisit it. Does it look? Yeah, this looks like nothing. I don't need this bit of shading. It's kind of funny how by just adding literally a couple of pixels, it gives you like a fully different vibe. Now what I'm hoping is that this hopefully won't take too long. It will take hopefully today for me to be happy with it, and maybe not too well. I kind of wanted to do this fully on stream just to have like a time lapse of the guy. I thought that was a cool idea as well to just have it, and then I can have that. I can also just record myself, like even when I don't stream, I guess, and still have it. But also, no, part of me kind of likes the idea of like this being almost like a TV show, like an episode, things you can technically follow along and like you'll see exactly what's happening. Um, but that being said, the next, I've been kind of thinking of like which days do I actually want to stream. I've been kind of testing it around a bit and see like how tired I get. You know, is it too much? Um, and for now, I kind of think it's fine to do. I'm definitely setting Tuesday and Thursday. I think those are perfectly fine. I think those definitely work as days. Let's see how the hell they even convey that shape. This guy's just. It's funny if you look at it close, it looks a bit weird. This guy's super muscular, which is a bit much. Yeah, so it's kind of like a bit like this. What was it saying? Yes, I was planning to stream definitely. My idea was initially 2 days a week, which was Tuesday and Thursday. But then now I've been doing it for a bit, and I'm like, you know what, this I actually really enjoy it. It helps do actual work, which is nice as well. So I suspect Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday will be the days, and then Fridays will be maybe. I cannot put it in my schedule right now. But it will be a maybe. I don't know, because I don't want to. First of all, I want to avoid burning myself out. That's definitely a thing. I want to avoid like getting into a literal burnout. Because I also again this is not my main job. I also have an actual day job as well. So I want to avoid being really tired at both, and then both of my daily and nightly life will be crap because of it. So I want to avoid that. But I still do want to work on this as much as I can. But I feel like at one point you kind of have to give up on like on the tweaking. It's like, you know what, there is a realm of good enough that is good enough. And I wonder if should make a shape of like, should it have a shape like this? Do I need it? I kind of feel like I don't. Oops. Oh, what am I pressing? I don't know if I need to give the shape of like also from this side, because I feel like it was kind of conveying it regardless. And now it's just. Wait, maybe. Just I don't need the other dudes. I just need my guy now. I also realized that like I definitely struggle a lot more with like animals right now than like humanoids. Also, I can say hello to someone from from the YouTube chat. Hi. I feel like I'm a lot better at the humanoids for whatever reason. I mean, I say that not even really, honestly. Probably what I can do is like I can do weird things like this guy kinda, and like, you know, my archer dude and stuff, because like there is no reference of anything, right? You know, these guys don't exist clearly. But when you start really doing like a human or like this guy, whatever this guy's supposed to be, then you have, you know, it's the usual problem. Like you have an image in your head and you know how it's even like roughly supposed to look. Like, you know, where like everyone struggles with like hands and stuff, you know, because you know exactly how hands look like, and whenever something is slightly off, it looks super weird. So yeah, of course, part of this is the good old, this is the dream world, and these guys are supposed to be, you know, they're not exactly the thing that you think they are, so they're just supposed to convey it, but they also don't get it right necessarily. So I can just like rationalize around it and be like, yeah, this is all by design. If it doesn't look like it's supposed to look, it's because I meant it. It's exactly what I wanted, and you can't really say anything about it, because why not? I kind of like that. I don't know. It might just be again my love of like Dragon Ball, Super Saiyans. It might just be that, which you can't see. I have like to the left of me I'm not gonna point at it because there's a lot of crap as well. But I have like a Dragon Ball shrine of mostly Goku's, which is kind of like what the franchise is anyway. If you look at like any video game, it's just like Goku in like 10 different forms. I also have Vegeta and Vegito. How do you want to pronounce it? Sorry. I don't mind this. Honestly, I feel like it got to a point that it looks like something, and I'm not too worried about it. What I might try to do right now is, first of all, I haven't saved in a bit yet. Can I risk? I don't think I need to show the other leg because it will be kind of here, and it will just look weird, right? If I just do this, it just looks weird. And I think I don't know how else to convey it. It's like, yeah, I think it will have to be super awkward, like something like this might give it some sort of like resemblance. Yeah, that's a leg. Honestly, maybe. So that's the claw. You can still see the shape of the dude, which is this. These are the claw. This is the left leg, I guess. And then when it starts moving as well, it might be even better. I think this guy's too thin, isn't he? Doesn't need like. Just a bit more. Also, it looks like he has like a kind of a kid like chubby belly almost. Like it's a bit like, I don't know. maybe not. I don't know. Now, kind of play around with this because I feel like the tail can definitely just be weird. I don't mind that. Because I might also animate it. I can animate this like with random movement, and it will give. Maybe what I can do like here. This guy can have a bit of dripping, and I don't think it will look. Maybe the same colors though, like this. Oops. Can do this as well, and I think this might convey exactly what I want. I should look like. Need to think of examples of like ink or something else. What I'm thinking about now, just right now, I'm thinking as a good inspiration to see how the hell something melting, something inky, something liquid might look like. What I could do, I could search for. If you ever watched One Piece, there's like the candle dude from like one of the very first arcs. What was it, a crocodile? I guess it's not even that. It's before that technically. But it's like, well, number, whoever was the guy, 8? I forgot his name. It was a candle dude, and the guy is melty, right? Because it's candle and wax and all that. And where I'm going with this is like, well, they must have done so many games about One Piece, right? So many games, probably. And I'm sure there are plenty of pixel arty ones, plenty. So what I can do is I can get a look at like, how did they convey the candle dude in like in pixel art, and be like, okay, well, does that work for me? Because I feel like that might, as an inspiration again, because I have no idea how else to tackle this otherwise. And also what I'm thinking is I should probably, oops, what am I pressing? Where am I? Why is it doing weird stuff? Can you give me, oh, I was literally doing blue. Now this is a bit weird. I feel like it needs more. Let's put it to empty. It's probably also going to, because like if I try to translate this to a shape that makes sense, what the hell is this? How can this thing keep going up basically in this weird shape? Can argue that makes no sense. I think, you know what, we're always back to happy accidents kind of thing of like just pushing pixels around and see what the hell happens. you know, because why not? No one is checking. No one knows anything. They can always say, yeah, that was my intent all along, guys. That was exactly what I wanted. It worked exactly as planned. Then that looks a bit weird. I think the bum makes sense to be. I say that, I don't even know, because now it looks weird. Like it looks like it has like a weird bum sauce. Also, I should invest in a freaking glove or something. Hello, bro coder, fellow coder, bro. How you doing? If it was confused, I'm streaming on both YouTube and Twitch, just to have like for everyone, whatever convenient. So that's why you might not see. Right now, I'm not displaying everyone's chats, because it's like it's fine. There is not that much chatting to need to have the chat on screen right now. But yeah, welcome you. And also, right now my setup is a bit awkward, and I don't see fully participants. I only see the chat right now. So oh, yeah, you're still here. You know, good, very good. I don't know if you come from YouTube, maybe you come from my channel. I don't know if you know what this is at all. What I can say in a nutshell. Well, so I'm doing very good, thank you. And then well, we're doing the Wolf Ink Dude pixel art today, and hopefully get somewhere with it. And then after that, it will be animating it. I plan to do for the walking, of course. And in my wildest dream, this guy has 4 abilities, and they should all have 4 different animations. In practice, well, thank you very much. My style is like I have no idea what I'm doing, and this is just me putting pixels on the screen. So if that's your style, well, I'm glad, because I'm not an artist at all. I'm a fellow coder. So this is all I can do. Yeah. So this is and I'm not running Unreal right now, but yes, this is a unit for my game, which is a tactical RPG. You know, if you know like Final Fantasy Tactics, which recently was like a remake, right? A remaster, I guess. With all like Disgaea or Tactics Ogre, you know, all those like top-down isometric type of games on a grid. I'm doing one of those basically. If you're curious later, you can look like there's like a pinned like a comment in this chat where like kind of explain what the hell I'm making. Basically, it's like a YouTube video. But yeah, so I'm making that, and the main thing is like this is the game where every character is follows like 1 out of 6 main emotions of the game. So they don't have like, I don't have units of type archer and like knight or, you know, wizard or whatever. I have units of type wrath or fear or calm, and those are also archetype technically. So they do follow like some rules, but not as like as obvious as you might expect. So for instance, this guy is the Inkwolf dude. This guy is this is an evolution of a base unit, and this evolution is of type Wrath. And Wrath units follow a few archetypes. In general, they tend to be high risk, high reward, or like oh hello there, personal Heidi. So they tend to be like high risk, high reward, or maybe like burst damage or glass cannons. I'm using Unreal. I'm using Unreal 5 because I used to. I also make games professionally. So this is my passion, but I also do professionally. And I used to work for a studio that used Unreal as well. Now I don't, but I was used to that. I was used to Unreal, so I was like, you know what? Let's keep doing that. Why not? It made sense at the time. Right now, it's been so long that now I only use Unreal for my project, and I go back into it. You're learning Unreal as well? Yeah, well, you know, I think it's a really good tool. And honestly, if you care about like what I always say, if you care about becoming like let's say a professional game developer or something, Unreal is a really good way to look at it, because it's C++, which is like basically the de facto standard for if you care about like, you know, being like a triple or double A dev, Unreal and C++ are like the main like bits. That's actually how more or less I got into it like a while ago. By now I've been in the industry for a while, but I started by literally I learned Unreal on my own and then I applied for jobs and that worked out. Because that's what it is. Everyone uses Unreal. Well, a lot of studios use Unreal, right? A lot of them. So that gives you like and a lot of studios that don't use Unreal use engines that are kind of similar to Unreal. Because again, it's useful for someone that even for someone that you want to hire, even if they don't know your engine, if your engine is vaguely similar to something that they might know instead, well, that's a bonus for everyone involved, right? So that's why I always recommend to learn Unreal. Basically, if you care about if you want to become a game dev, and you want to do like again triple or double A games, because of course, if you want to be a small indie studio, you don't have to. If you want to be Stu and a bunch of friends, just use whatever you like, right? Doesn't matter at all. If your plan is just like to do something yourself, just whatever works for you is fine. But if you plan to, for instance, again, try to make something professionally, Unreal is always, I think it's a great choice. So push with that. If you, absolutely, you can ask whatever you want. Feel free. I don't mind at all. Meantime, let me keep doing. Now that's just weird, isn't it? It doesn't work. Do this. I think this tail is just too long. I don't think it needs this. Oops, no, I don't want to save. I mean, I am saved. How do I keep myself motivated? That's a very good question and very hard question. Right now, I actually literally started streaming. This is my third stream ever. Third? Fourth. Sorry, because one I didn't I didn't save the VOD of the first one, so that's why I'm counting these are the third one. I'm literally streaming because I want to motivate myself this way by forcing myself to be like consistent with this. You're like, well, now this is live. I've been working on this game for like years, but like very much on and off, more off than on, right? Because it was just a passion project. But I really want to do it, but it's really hard to motivate. So by putting it online, I created a a YouTube channel and an X Twitter account, and an itch.io like a page and all that. And now I started streaming. Now that it's online, well, now I have to do it. Now this is me. It's like my word. It's online. It needs to happen now, right? I don't wanna, That's how I motivate myself, right? Everyone is different, of course. So I don't know if it will be for you, because now, for me, I motivate myself by, sometimes I say almost by anger. I was like, you know what? This needs to happen. Like, why can't it be that others can do it? I can't. I definitely can, right? So let's just do it. So it works for me. But I feel like honestly, since I've been streaming, like, but now it's been like a week, and that actually motivates myself. I was looking forward to this. Today, I was like planning to, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna move forward with my game. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, absolutely. Just guys, feel free to ask me whatever you guys wanna ask. You don't have to ask if you can ask me something. It's perfectly fine. But yeah, how it motivates myself, yeah, pretty much. In my case, I forced myself to be like accountable, right? Because now, when it's just you, like doing your own thing, it's really easy to come up with excuses like, oh, I'm tired today. I had a rough day at work. I need to get up. Add your icon. Which icon are we talking about? You know what? Honestly, I don't mind how this is looking. I think this is fine. I'm slightly scared of like this. Can I add your icon? I mean, as a rule of thumb, I'm gonna go for like probably not, dude. But mostly because like I don't know what this is. Like I don't. Uh, but I don't know. honestly, I think this is fine. I'm kind of happy with this. How it's turning out. The sponge patty. Oh, it's literally the icon that you have on your on YouTube. Oh God, what is happening? I feel like I'm getting trolled or something. I don't know what this is. But yeah, for how do I say your name? I don't know if you want to be called Brocoda or XR3MP. I don't know. However you want to be called. I guess you have to try different ways, right? You have to try what works for you, right? It might be just like out of principle. It might be you have to investigate. You have to go all kinds of routes and see like what works for you. For some people it works just like doing. I think consistency is really, if you can manage yourself to, I think, to work on it consistently, like daily if you can, or bi-weekly or whatever it is. It's a bit like when you go to the gym, right? And I don't know if you go to the gym. Okay, then code. It's a bit like, yeah, going to the gym or anything else. You just have to force yourself to do it initially. Literally, that's how I am at least. You can try with that and see how that goes. But I feel like at the same time, it does need to be a passion of yours, right? Because if you don't actually like it, then it's a big problem, right? If you don't actually like the what you're doing, then it's just a question. Well, you know what? Maybe as long as you like the idea, but you don't actually like doing it, that might not be your actual vocation, or otherwise, yeah. Consistency, I think, is like what really seems to help me definitely, but also I think in general. Honestly, I've heard this a lot. Where like you just start doing it. It's a bit like when you do like I heard an example like like brushing your teeth. The Discord. I don't have a Discord channel if you're asking for a Discord channel. But right now, it's like you can either find me here, like on YouTube, I guess, on my channel. You can find me on Twitch as well, I guess. And I have X, like Twitter, and Itch. But I'm a few places. Discord is not one of them. Mate, for your icon. Now, I'm sorry, but I don't plan to add that. But thank you for the suggestion. This one I don't like. You know what? I'm kind of okay with this. I'm kind of very much okay with this. And I think I can do a few things. I can potentially. I could just prove it. You know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna tell you about my game. And the way that I'm gonna do it. Oops. I wanna see how this feels in game. So I'm gonna get rid of all this crap. Cause I don't need this anymore. Gonna get rid of all of this. I'm gonna resize. I'm gonna put this in my game right now and see how it feels next to all the other dudes, basically. Oops, I keep saving the wrong thing. Where is it? I need to do a few things. I need to do. And did I get it right? Oops, no. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Yeah. Okay, that's kind of what I want. I need to resize it. But yeah, so my game, yeah, is a tactical RPG, and it's set mostly in the world of dreams. So the two main characters, one of them can go inside people's dreams, basically. He will do it to, there's like a story. For now, I'm keeping the story a bit like hidden, mostly because like I need to I have the entire story, but I need to like properly write it down, basically. Well, I actually did, but properly like detail it. But they go inside dreams, there will be a reason why, and there will be fighting against these units, and it will be the way that it works is you create your own team of 5 units like these dudes, and you will fight versus like the other team depending on the dream or whatever, which will probably always be 5 units as well. I haven't decided just yet. I haven't decided if it's gonna be fair, like 5v5 or if the enemy might have more or less. My gut feeling is it will be 5v5, because the idea is like the concept of the game in a way is like I really like the idea of like team composition and synergy of units that are supposed to matter a bit more than like, you know, in other games you always have like the archer and the wizard and the knight and the monk, and they kind of all work, right? You can just have all, it will kind of work even if you have like 5 archers, you know, more or less, you know, and maybe a healer, you know, or you have 5 knights. It will kind of work. All units tend to be kind of like safe enough for you to just have them, right? I don't necessarily like that. I want more like variety. So my style of design is a bit more like if you ever play Magic the Gathering, it's a bit more like that, or League of Legends, let's say, even to a lesser extent. Where basically I wanna have some sort of like archetypes that will work. Like if you wanna make like a really fast team that is supposed to win in like a couple of rounds, you can. And if you wanna make like a slow, you know, methodical, like big burst at the end after 5 rounds kind of team, you can do that too. And if you want to do anything else, like a life drain team, oh yeah, you can do that. If you want to do like a summoning team, or you just summon things, and that's your idea, you can do that. So that's how I'm approaching this. So every unit will be very distinctive, and following, and I also try to make them like to make sure there is always synergy between them. How did I plan my game? It took a bit. I can't necessarily remember exactly how I started. Like I will, because this idea comes from like my initial idea comes from I think I want to say almost 12 years ago by now. So it's been a while. I had this initial idea because I just, first of all, the way I started is like which games do I like? What do I want to even do? Like which type of games do I even like? And Japanese RPGs were always like I have always been like really big for me. Like I really like them, especially the old school style, because I'm a bit old. So all the PlayStation 1 RPGs and all the like SNES RPGs, that kind of stuff, I really love all of them. So that's when I started. So figuring out a genre might be a way to start, you know, because that's how it is, right? You might have an idea of like, oh, you know what, I think I want to do an RPG. Cool. And then you move on from there. Or sometimes you might have something else, like, oh, you know what, I really have something to say about, I don't know, I'm gonna say something weird like World War II. Like you want to make a World War II kind of game for whatever reason. Cool. You start with that, and then you figure out the genre from it. In my case, I started with the genre. I wanted to do a tactical RPG because I really like them. And then after that, I kind of started thinking about like, okay, well, how some of it was quite practical. Like, well, what will give me like a carte blanche kind of thing. Like, what will give me like freedom to do things without putting myself into a corner. And the answer to that was like, you know what? If I use like a dream-like setting of sorts, it means that like the levels themselves don't necessarily even have to have. They need, of course, to make sense in terms of like you know, in the logic of the entire game, but they don't need to. I don't need to follow like a super thought out like world. Like I don't know. Let's pretend like if you ever played like Dark Souls, if you play the first Dark Souls, you know, if you play the entire game, everything is super well thought out and everything makes sense. You can go from one place to another, it will make sense. You don't jump from like I don't know, from a swamp to a volcano like Dark Souls do. So it's already very well thought out and it makes sense. I didn't want to necessarily go that route because I didn't care necessarily about world building that way. In my case, it was more about like I just want to be able to have like unlimited freedom in terms of like how my units will look. Because I also didn't want to have like shackles in terms of like, oh yeah, well, I'm in medieval fantasy, so I guess we have knights, archers, wizards, priests. I didn't want that. I want freedom. So that's why I kind of started like I thought, you know what, dreams seem to be like a good, like, you know, a good start. And on top of that, I am a big fan of. I also start switching views. I'm a big fan of a game called Alondra, which is like a PlayStation 1 game, which I highly recommend. If you've never played it, if you guys have never played this game, play Alondra. It's a PlayStation 1 game. It's like an old school Zelda of sorts, but with like an adult like story, with like people that actually talk. There is an actual story which is more than a save the princess or Zelda, I guess. And it's about a guy that goes inside dreams. It's in a way. So that's actually where I took the idea initially of like, you know what, why not? It was that plus Inception, which I also really liked as a movie. And then after that, I kind of went along like, okay, how can I make myself? Like, how can it be different? You know, because again, I didn't want to go into like, oh, let's do the elements, fire, ice, you know, whatever, which every game does. And it's like, yeah, it works. You know, it's familiar. Everyone does it. Like, it's funny because if you look at any even recent games, they all do it. Even like a game as like crazy in a way as like Clair Obscur, you know, that was just really good. They also have elements. They also have fire, ice, earth, you know, the usual, light. The light is slightly less usual, I guess. They also do it because it's just familiar. In my case, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something different. So I went, and in my case, well, let me finish the story. Well, in my case, I went for for emotions because it made sense in the world of dreams. What do I think about Blueprint and C++? Whatever works for you, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all, honestly. Especially, it matters for like, you know, if you're doing AAA and you really care about like performance and stuff, then it becomes a bit more important to like you have to have solid C++ as well. To make your own game doesn't matter at all. Just like whatever works for you. If you enjoy coding, you know, if you enjoy coding and C++ works for you, and you prefer to work with C++ instead of blueprints, do that. Doesn't matter. If you find blueprints like better for you, like it feels like more intuitive or like easier or quicker, yeah, just go for. I mean, again, it's what you like. If you like both, that's great. As a more like the the professional answer would be like, when do you want to choose blueprints or C++? It usually is about, there's a bit of preference, of course. It's about also like, it can be about performance, like depending on how complicated what you're doing is. You might wanna think about, okay, maybe I should use C++ because it might give you like something that is legible. If you have to like interact with anything like network-wise as well, C++ will give you a bit more control, and it's also clearer, because that's one of the things that I kind of find a bit like problematic about Unreal, like or like visual scripting in general, is that like eventually when you try to do complicated stuff, I'll show you because I also have some in blueprints, or like not even complicated but like a bit of stuff, it becomes quite spaghetti. Like it's really, this is not even too bad, but it's already kind of like sometimes hard to follow. Like if I open my game mode, which is somewhere, if I open my game mode, I have a bunch of functions and they all like, I try to use no graphs, like inner graphs, to make it simpler, you know, and follow it. But it's still, like, look at this, all over the place, and I find it hard to read eventually. So it's also a preference on that side. If eventually you realize, you know what, I think maybe the rule of thumb is like, if something starts looking really complex in Blueprint, maybe you can think about, could this be C++ instead, right? And be like, maybe, because you can. What I tried, my rule, which I tend to do, like if it's something visual, I try to do it in blueprints because it makes sense to live already at the game level of sorts. So anything related to like animations, anything related to like UI, I try to do it in blueprint. And I have like in code, I will have the hooks for it, the events for it. So maybe I have like a turn manager, which is just code, and the turn manager like sends events to the rest of the game, and then my blueprints can react to that and do stuff like, okay, maybe the UI needs to like, oh, turn number 3, great, I can react to it, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it takes a little bit to also get. It's really just experience. Like you do it, you might get it wrong, and you do it again, or you do it, you feel like, yeah, this is a good idea, and then it's not. um, yeah, it just like you have to get a feel for it as well, I guess. Okay, so what I want to do, my I'm prepping the sprite in the meantime, basically. Um, I think this is fine. No frames, just the one selected for now. Yep. Oh, I need to. What did I get? But yeah, man, just like whatever works for you is the right choice. Basically, in a way that's the way that it is. If you like blueprints and you like to making games just with blueprints, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. If you enjoy coding, like typing things, it's perfect. You can make an entire game just with that too. I wouldn't suggest maybe I wouldn't suggest Unreal if you really like just that. Um, I'm not sure if I understand it. Can I like an example of like um it might take a little bit longer than me chatting for like a couple of minutes for to explain. But what we can do is like yeah, I guess what can I show you that is useful? Like I can show you, for instance, well, my game mode, I guess. My game mode is this guy, which is a really old name called testing stuff. Um, well, like I am making a game, but I can't make an entire game right now from scratch. And you'll have to just look at what I'm doing for that. I actually also recommend you if it's useful at any point. Like also old VODs where I am coding a bit as well, and you can see like if you look at VODs from like I have them on Twitch actually. Sorry, I don't have them on YouTube. You can find my Twitch account as well. I don't have the VODs on YouTube. We can also look at those, and you'll see that sometimes I do C++, sometimes I do Blueprint, and you can also see like a possible idea of how, basically. Um, well, what I wanted to show you very quickly, I guess, is like, well, I have a very complex class, which is my game mode in code, which has all kinds of functions, that you would expect, like adding units, setting the entire board of the game, getting the turn manager, And then I have a bunch of events, which are things like this. On turn started. Yeah, no, absolutely. I will definitely explain. If you keep following, like I explain everything I do basically. Um, so hopefully there will also be some sort of like learning from that too. What I want to do right now, which let's just do that, right? Because I've been like also procrastinating a bit myself. I'm gonna add the sprite that I just made to my game. So these are my units so far, and we have been working on Inkwolf Dude, and I need to drag it in the actual thing. So give me 1 sec. We're doing this somewhere. You're not seeing the other side of the screen because you don't need to right now, but I'm getting to it. So we have this guy. Alright. So now I'm dropping this dude into a game. I'm gonna give it like a bit of transparency, and it needs to be UI and all that. This is usually honestly all you need. User interface. This is basically it. So the way that my units work is I use something called Paper ZD to do animations, which is a plugin for Unreal. I don't know if you know it or if you care, if you're doing 2D stuff. It's a 2D thing. I use it's called Paper 2D is the standard like way of like one way I guess of doing like 2D in Unreal animations and stuff. And what I do on top of it is I use Paper ZD because it gives me a stay machine for animations. So what I'm gonna do right now is I need to remind myself how the hell to set it up, because it's actually not too... I haven't done it in a bit. So let me quickly look. So we look at something that already exists, which is like the Joy Rank Ink Dude. So I have this. This is my stay machine for my animation, which I'm probably just gonna copy paste, because why not? It's kind of this. And this is like our, you know, the standard like events as set where you have idle, attack, walking, dead. This I don't even know what this is. State. I think this is copy paste. Oh, it's the self damage. Why is it not called anything? Actually, it's when you get hit. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so I need this guy on my side as well. I'm gonna grab it. I need these two guys really, so I'm gonna copy paste them, and then I'm gonna show you how they work. Yeah, do this. I can move this away. Let me move this. We're not doing pixel art right now. We are putting this back in the game. I want to see how this plays, basically. Well, not plays. How this looks in game right now. It might be weird or not. So, well, I need to make. Oops. I need to make a sprite out of this. Create sprite. It's just one guy. So one day I'll learn how to lock this. Yeah, idle is actually the right word anyway. How am I being? General think to it. How did I call? I actually created the texture, I guess. This is fine. Yeah, okay. So I made a sprite. I think I need to make a flipbook out of it as well. Create a flipbook. Yeah, this is fine. Rough ink wolf. Idle flipbook of just one. Oh gee, why the hell does it look so weird? I think it's getting like, what am I missing? Did I export it in the wrong way? It looks like it's getting like. To be fair, it might just be Unreal like the preview, but I need to remind myself of all the options. I haven't imported like a guy in so long. Well, this is what we're doing. I guess it's yeah, this is the guy. So I'm gonna put this to this side so I don't go crazy. So I can on my left side I put like an old texture that no works. We're gonna copy the same equals dude texture. Yeah. Back to this. So no loads. This I guess is 2D. Oh, is it like a special thing? I guess. I think it's this actually. Oh, this is fine. This needs to be user interface. That's fine. That's okay. I think this is already kind of it. Am I missing anything? No padding. Nothing on those lines. Yeah, I guess that's kind of it already. Okay, so that's that. And is it 64 by 64? Yes. So that's all good. That's all good. So we go back to my sprite. Okay, so this is actually looking okay. My sprite is a sprite of 1 frame right now because of course I don't have any idle animation for this. Right now I'm kind of okay with that. Like none of my dudes have idle animations apart from the Inkdude guy. Which I guess if you you wanted to see the game, so might as well also do this, right? I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna show you just how it looks. So in this game, well, this is my very prototypey board, and these are like the enemies that I just placed randomly to see something, and these are all the guys I've made so far. Some of them do have like their own sprite, as you might see, and a few don't. because I still haven't made them. Ink Wolf is the one we're literally doing right now, which now if I drop it, it will look weird because this is not I haven't linked to the real sprite yet. But then you see I have my archer dude, I have my hunter, which is actually a puppy at this level. I have my monk, which is a monk. I'm a monk, and that's kind of and then I have I don't have this guy I don't have as a unit actually. So the rest I have them as units. Like if I drop this guy, well, it's this guy, but I don't have the sprites for them. And so once you do that, once you start playing that, it works like a tactical RPG. You might know. So for instance, this guy has actions. Each unit has 4 actions. I haven't decided if they're going to be unlocked immediately or not. Probably not, because I want to have some sort of like progression and leveling. So you might start with maybe 1 or 2 abilities and you choose the other ones or something. And then each one of them works in certain ways. Like for instance, like this is super ugly UI, by the way. So like it's super prototypey. I just made it just to have something to be able to read. It's definitely not. None of this is how the game will look like, but apart from the dudes, maybe. Okay, so this guy has a charge, and you can the guy will exactly do what I'm saying, which is charge in the middle and hit guys on the side, or he has this other guy has like is a melee dude that does like close swipes because it's a puppy. Has like he puts traps on the ground because it's also supposed to be kind of a trapper of sorts, so you can move it around. I can maybe do this, put a trap, and it has a horrible sprite because I never done one properly, and this is it. And I've done of course movement and abilities of each one of these guys, and also created the AI already for the other side, for the enemy player. And yeah, this is kind of the very basic of the game. So now this is the AI acting. As you can see, they find whoever target they want to find, and then it's my turn again, and so on and so forth. So yeah, there is a lot. I mean, it takes time, of course. Maybe that's also one of the things. Like if you look at this now, you might almost get discouraged because it does take time. Like there's a lot of coding to do, depending on the type of game. There's a lot of work, and it just takes time. It's just the way that it is. You have to also accept that, maybe, because that's also part of like, for me, motivation sometimes has been like I struggle with it because I know that it takes so long to make something, even when you work on it like 8 hours a day, and when you just work like 2-3 hours a day, like I do with my game, well, it will take even longer, right? So I think it's good to come to accept that, right? To be like, yeah, this is the way that it is. It will just take time. So there's a lot of code around that, right? So I have an entire set of like I started by declaring. I can give you like a very quick gist of it, which is I have a class called unit action, which is the base action that everyone can do, and this code allows me to figure out from certain parameters. You can figure out, okay, well, am I targeting someone in range, which is this guy, and then how to execute the actual thing. The execution is something that can be implemented in code or in content or both. And this is the most simple version of it. So I declare a bunch of like properties that then Unreal exposes to the blueprint, like the minimum and maximum range, the height range, a bunch of things like, oh, is this like what's the shape of the ability? Because I have straight lines, I have radiuses, I have circles, and I have custom as well. So there is a bunch of options, right? I have a bunch of options that they allow me to kind of define how my action will behave, basically. And then on top of it, I derive a few different things from it. So I have like something from it, which is this is the basic target action. So it's an action that requires that has a target. And this one on top of it applies the action effects, which is basically, okay, I'm targeting something, where will it hit, which unit will I hit with it as well, and how does all that work. So this does that, and then it actually keeps going. So if I have this, I have like the unit damage action, which actually then allows you to do like this is for damaging actions. So this one, on top of everything else, has like, well, damage. And then there's like logic. How does that work? How do I apply the logic of my unit? Well, I'll probably have an origin, I have a target. It will figure out the numbers. In my case, it's very basic right now. I say that this ability does 10 and will do 10, basically. And then you can apply effects for it, like, which is something on top of it. So you know that like games have like you can apply poison, you know, when you attack someone. My game takes it to an extreme where like I have a lot of special effects. There's sometimes I use like in a hidden way to just implement like crazy abilities basically, and sometimes they're visible. And these effects I can fully basically do in content. So what I've done is, if you look at literally at Wolf Dude, this guy has its own effects. It has an effect which is it gets a buff every time you use one of this guy's abilities. It gets a buff on itself, which is called Unstable Link. So I created this guy. This guy is fully defined in content. I say it's fully defined in blueprints. I have checks on how does it work. Can I apply this buff? Oh, let's see. In this case, you can't apply the buff. You can't refresh this buff basically. If the buff is already, if I already have this buff, I can't put it again. And also, if I have another buff is called Dried Ink, then also you can't apply it, because basically in this character you get a buff that will run for X charges, and then it goes away, and then you become weaker, and that's the entire thing. Because this character is supposed to be really strong at the beginning, basically, and then lose fully like momentum because it's supposed to be a fast unit. So yeah, this is how I do it, and then I can override other functions like how does it modify the damage that you deal. In this case, yes. So when I deal damage, this guy gets called. This guy will say, yeah, well, the ability was like 20 damage. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me apply additional logic to it. So in this case, it works based on how many charges I have left on this effect. So I get that. In this case, I'm giving it like crazy numbers. So I do like turn times 10, and then I just add it to the base damage, and then I also decrease the charge. So every hit actually removes one charge on this thing. Yeah, so this is kind of how it works in a super quick way. It might be, again, don't get discouraged by it. You do it one step at a time, right? You start very basic. You start super basic, one step at a time. You set up like a game mode. You set up like an action, which might be immediately just like deals, this is 10 damage, and then you communicate to the game mode, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. I think something important probably is like yeah, something important is defining the architecture, I guess, of the entire thing, because it's important to have like a solid base basically, and then after that you kind of keep adding to it, and you see how that goes. So yeah, I hope that kind of helps. I know that it's a lot. So I think I need a bit of water. It's been talking for a while. No, I don't use Instagram. Sorry. But again, you can look because you're on YouTube. So look at my channel. I have like all my socials there. Basically, you can yeah, you can follow whichever is convenient for you. I'm on X. I'm on Twitch. I'm YouTube. Itch. Those are the ones for now. And you know, feel free to follow along, and I can join the streams when I'm on. Hopefully will be helpful. Maybe even this will just motivate you. Because you see like a moron like me can do this, so you can definitely do it as well, right? That's how it is. So try with that. Let's go back a bit on this though, because I do what also. This is also me working on stuff. I really like explaining things, so that's not a problem. But also, I need to do stuff as well, right? That's what we're here for. So we're back to the flipbook. This flipbook is perfectly fine. What we need to do now is set up the animations for this. So ink wolf dude. Let's rename things properly. Ink wolf dude. I think it's up here, right? This is my my unit, like a way that I define my unit basically, and I have to specify a few things. This is the AI for it. For now, it just has a very basic AI. I'm actually looking at the wrong thing. It's not this that I wanted. I wanted this. Yeah. This I don't need, right? Because it's the default. Yeah. This actually I should remove. These are not needed anymore. Because I use them for shadows, which right now don't work because they're broken. Whatever. I need to assign my stay machine. Oh yeah, I always get it wrong. My stay machine is something. It's in a component. I use a component called animation component. Where am I from? I'm Italian, which you probably hear from my accent. I need to change the thing, so this needs to be equal to it. Very easy. So now my dude is using the right thing, and then this guy needs to. Can I just? Is there a way to give it like? Or do I need to do it manually? Is there no way to make this work? That's annoying. Why can't I have it? Can I do something for me? Nope. Why does this guy look empty? That's fine. It's always gonna be the same, so that's okay. Unit. Stay machine. That's all basically the same. I can just copy paste. Yep. I don't need to change any of it. But what I don't remember, because it's been a bit. Yeah, this is what I want to change. Why can't I change it? Why can't I change you? It's been too long. What is the best way to do this? Where the hell is this written? Oh, because this is this, that's fine. It might just not work as a copy paste. They always do it manually, it's annoying. So basically I have this guy, which is the main class that has the events and the stay machine. And this guy needs to talk to yeah, no, I'll get it. This guy needs to talk to honestly, I can just copy paste this guy. It's just like, it doesn't take long to do any of this. I can just do it. But then my question is, how the hell did I link to it? Why does it not let me change it? This is just going to another thing. Do we need to do it this way? I mean, I don't mind, but it's also silly. Yeah, I suspect I can't actually do it this way, which is annoying. I think it's done, yeah. I think I need to do it manually, like what's it called again? RPG. Yeah, that's what I need to do, basically. Fine. So this is the plugin that comes from like was it free? No, I think I paid for it. A very small amount anyway. This is a plugin maybe by someone that created like by using PP2D as base. It gives you a bunch of like additional things like, well, the ability to have state machines, and it works with a couple of like classes. So you need to have the blueprint for it, which is this guy that I just created, and then it works with like what I just made, which also I made in a wrong spot. Let's do it again. I'm in the wrong place. It needs a few assets to work basically. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of this because it doesn't do anything. Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna keep this. This one is fine. I need to create. So this one is the one that contains all the. They will contain all the assets basically. Which I need to do. Unfortunately, the copy paste doesn't really work with this, the way that the guy made it, which is fine because I'm still quite grateful. Which means that this is empty. I'm gonna create what I just did, which is paperzd. This. I forgot how I'm supposed to call it, but whatever. ABP. Wolf dude. Is that how I'm calling them? Just to be. It's nice to be. Yeah, ABP. It's nice to be a bit like consistent in namings because then when you want to look for stuff, you know, you learned. Yeah, that's how I called all my animation state machines. Have a good sleep. Hopefully, I'll see you again next time. You know, every time, if you feel free to follow me and stuff, and then you know where I'm online, and hopefully this will help you, maybe motivate you in some way. For now, yeah, have a good night. Alright, so we're back to this. We're putting this in game for now. I don't want to spend too much because it's not too that much fun. I just want to quickly see it. It's not quick, which is annoying. It's okay. I'll live with it. So sure. See you next time. So we add an idle, and we add ink wolf dude. This is gonna be the same. We say it's multi-directional, and I want. Also, I need to fix this, but that's fine. I want this in the same spot. So my game has 4 directions, of course. Top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. So because you can look at like, which is actually one is just flipped, so I definitely don't need to do 4 sprites, but I do need to have like a front and a back basically, and then it will look either left or right. So I think that's what I'm doing right now. So I set all that up. I think I can start super easy because I only really wanted to check the idle. I didn't want to necessarily build the entire thing on the fly here because it's just like boring or anything else. Just a bunch of like boilerplating to set it up, which is annoying, but yeah. So what I want to do is this. Let's get this. I need to copy basically what I have for other stuff. So let's do just that. Wait. Oh, come here. Can I at least copy this, or even this is just too much? I wonder. Yeah, this is so annoying that I can't use something as base. I always need to manually do the entire thing. It's very annoying. So let's just do it quick. Have a unit. We need a unit. We need to have on init we do this. Yeah. We do the thing. So basically, when this state machine is created, it will get the Oni actor, which in my case is the well, the unit itself, and then it will assign. You need to have a reference to this unit to be able to like listen to state changes and stuff. So that's what we're doing. As an init, it will need well, a state machine. Can I copy paste this at least? Let me copy paste this. I don't think it really works, but we can try. I'm copying from another side. This kind of worked. Okay, let's see. So the way that it works is there's a state machine that tries to figure out how to get into one state or another, and then it just feeds it to the output, which is actually the flipbook that the rest of the component in code uses to just animate stuff. The only thing this will actually flips it horizontally. So if you're looking like we'll flip in one way. So does this work? Can I just use this? I don't need to. Okay, this is not too bad. I think this is the wrong one, right? Yes. So the way that this works is you have a steam machine. The steam machine then tells you, yeah, you specified it. Yeah, you should use this as the animation for it. So for my idle, for instance, it's pointing to idle, but the wrong idle. What I should have probably done is I should have called this like this guy's like the name of the thing idle instead of just idle. But now, honestly, if again, maybe this is good enough to prove it. Yeah, I know these guys don't work. I'll give idle to everything for now. And it's fine. I'll give idle to every single thing. Yeah, I know that you don't exist. It's just idle, everyone, guys. Idle. Just don't do anything. Idle is good. Idle is good. Well, and self-damage. Idle. Okay, so now that's that. I set up my thing actually, so that was relatively painless. And then the unit itself, or the class of my unit, needs to use it. So as I was saying, this is the actor. The actor has a component, and it needs to use the right component. Somewhere. Do I see it? This thing. Ink wolf. Okay. So if we're lucky, so one thing that will definitely be wrong is this is not correct. So maybe this I can fix immediately. Because you see, this is where the origin is, and this is when I do this, and I need to push it up. But it's not here, it's in the texture itself, isn't it? Right. Now let's again use as something that I know works as an example, so I don't go crazy. Idle. Do you guys see idle sprite? What is this? What is just a texture? Where the hell is the idle flipbook? Is it just this? Yes. This one is not called idle. Great. I'm gonna put this to the side. But you see, so basically, just also as a point, this guy is standing kind of like on the origin. That's kind of all I need to do, and not in any awkward positioning. So, but I'm also still, I'm having this way, so I'm sure that I'm not missing anything, because there's a lot of stuff. There's unfortunately a bit too much setup for my liking, but again, it works for now, and it's okay. So this guy needs an offset somewhere. Is it the pivot that I modify actually? Dimension, custom pivot point, yes. Which is, so pivot mode is not center, it's custom, basically. This is correct. I'm checking a few things as well. Like the material is the correct one. There's not much else. I mean, I don't need collision, right? Do I need to do that? I don't remember. I think it's fine. Yeah, sorry, I'm checking like left and right side. Basically, you only see right, so that's maybe not too useful, but it's more or less that. So pivot. So this to be in the middle, and it's a bit. Let's do slightly too high. Let's do 62. Yeah, I think this is fine. So now if I run the game, do I see the dude? That's the question. That's the real question. Will I see the dude? Will I see the dude? Inkwolf. Don't see it at all. That's not good. Why not? Where are you, my dude? Where are you? Why are you doing this to me? Okay. Okay. Alright. Oops. I want to close all the things. Let me remind myself of all the things. So one is, let's check. Sprite is correct. This is looking in the right place. That's fine. Little flipbook doesn't do anything. That's okay as well. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Inkwolf, dude. Defaults, I don't care. Class settings, it's using the right thing now. I don't care about any of that. The notifications right now are not needed. That's okay. I don't need an attack finished right now. Yeah, none of that is needed. So automatic. What am I missing? Stay machine. No, that's not it. I'll go back. Stay machine. Idle. Did I choose the correct idle? That's really the question. Yes. We'll think to it. Idle. Jeez. Pouring outside. I have the right thing. I have that. This just shows me the wrong thing, but that's normal. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I can still make it like so it doesn't look this, but it doesn't show this by the other guy. Probably I should regardless, right? Because I should place the thing. Let me see. Again, we look at how something else is placed. You know, let's look at something like the monk. We look at the blueprint, all the things we expect. Did I have to do anything here, for instance? No, this is the guy that. All the things, that's all good. And I don't actually do anything, right? Yeah. What am I missing? What am I missing? Also, where is the viewport? Yeah. Yeah, because it's just this, front and back, that's fine. Did I put the state to idle? Yes. Where did I have? Because of course I have to set. One thing that I'm missing that I haven't done, I don't remember where the hell I do it. All of my units they have to use a specific material, which is a material that makes them look towards the camera. Because normally the way that 2D, like a 2D texture will work, is like, well, you plot it on a plane, and the plane exists in 3D, and then you have to turn the camera around and stuff to see it. But in my case, no, I always want them to face the camera, basically. That's how I do the 2D effect. And that's done by material. And I don't remember how the hell I apply the material, because I don't. It needs to be either on the. Well, it needs to be somewhere. So let's see. Is it on the flipbook or on the? Yeah, these are the frames. Hello, dude. Masked and lit. Yeah, that's. So I don't put it here. Where the hell? I can also find it, right? Because that will also, like, I can see. No, this is not it. I have my materials somewhere. God, this is a bit of a mess. I have my materials somewhere, which is the one facing the camera. But it's not here. What if I search for camera? Ah, there you go. This is exactly what I was talking about. Camera sprite material. face camera sprite material. This is the instance, which is just like this. You won't see anything with it, but then if you look at this, this is the real material, and this is how basically I make it so that it always looks at the camera. It's funny because like you can see it here, where like this is technically a 3D thing, and no matter how I move the camera, I will just look in front. That's how it works. But then begs the question: how the hell do I use this? No, I didn't want to copy it. I want to find references. So reference view. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, instance, and then yeah, it's the basic. So I don't need to do it manually, right? And then everyone uses it. Browse to asset. Let's see if I need to do. Am I missing anything? This is a really old dude that I don't use anymore. Yep. Let's see, I'm missing something for sure. I am missing something. Actually, there are a few questions. One is, how... I forgot how this works. How do I feed this from the outside, basically? So let's see, we have this guy. Let's look at something that looks like something. Come on, can you take me to that place? Why not? Take me to that place. No? Alright. Fine. Let's close this stuff. So let's just see a few things. Face camera. Face camera. Why are you not anywhere? Just camera? I mean, I'm doing it. It literally pointed me to this. So where the hell is it? Speed of camera, code, blah blah blah. It's all like camera stuff. Oh, but this is finding everywhere. I didn't want to find it everywhere. I want to find it here. Yeah, that's what I want. Offset. What the hell is this? Oh, this is the face direction. Something else. It must be on init, right? Where else would it be? Or attack animation. Or unit def, set state. Yeah, so this is all that. That's fine. I didn't actually. Now I'm thinking then. Because what I would be skeptical about is that this actually worked. Seems fine. Right? So exactly the same guy, right? You know, because I copy pasted it. So I'm kind of hoping that Unreal understands. It's like, yeah, it's this guy, not a new guy. What the hell am I missing? What am I missing? So this is what happens when I leave so long without doing any work. Yeah, no. Oh, what? Was it just misclicking? What the hell? How did I miss this? Okay, but that's the dude. This dude is so small compared to the others. It looks so small compared to the others. That's not good. Okay. How did I get this wrong? Like so wrong. Is he just scaled weirdly? Oh, that's good. I don't mind the shape, but well, a few things. One is I also wanted to. It should like look right on the ground, which it doesn't. So let's fix that anyway. So we open the blueprint. We give it the right thing. So nope, my thing. Where is it? Yeah, and I put it everywhere for now. For now. For now, it's everywhere. Oh, is this? Oh, this is also this. This is what I should have done. Because the other stuff is not even needed anyway. So basically, my units have a. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I need to push it down. It needs to be on the floor, basically. How did I normally do it? I feel like I used to have a plan, like a plane. I used to have a plane that I could like. I used to have a plane that I could use as reference. But I don't see it. I don't see it. Is this getting like scaled down? I think it is. It must be. I'm not going mad. Oh, it might be actually, because it's this the. Do I modify the scales usually? This is not correct, is it? Let me see. Let me see. I think I might be using the wrong scale. And that's why. Maybe. Oh, it's 3. Oh, but this guy, this is not correct. Let's look at anyone else. Anyone else? Is this the right scale? Is it just, did they just make it small? Like incredibly small? I mean, I guess in a way that's good, because then I can like, I was a bit afraid there was not too many pixels. You can add a few. Let's see. So like, if I look at this guy's scale, for instance, what's this guy's scale? Pepper Flipbook. 4. Yeah, I think it's 4 for everyone. That's why it's so small. I think it should be 4, and then I'm already less scared. Because yeah, I literally spent like 10 minutes explaining why I had a black line for the height and stuff, and then it didn't work. But let's see if I'm going crazy. First of all, correct monk. We look at this guy. We look at the blueprint. This is not the right thing. Sorry. This. We look at the flipbook. Yeah, it's 4. Yeah. I should really change it. Why is it 3? Go for 4 basic, so it's always 4. Always 4. 4. And then also the. Do I also modify anything else? Because there is something that I go wrong at one point, which was I gave it like, yeah, this is 1, that's fine. You know, let me do this as well. The good old to the left. Let's see, make sure that I'm not going crazy. I'm lost. I'm lost, guys. I'm lost. 4. What else do I need? Paper flipbook. 33. Well, this needs to be 0. Why would it be? This is 33. Is that correct? Why would that be? Alright, let's see how this looks first of all. Okay, now the size is better. Still too tall. Why is it so high up? What I can do actually, because I think I can search for it, right? Yeah. I can play around literally with the values at runtime to make sure that it's like positioned correctly. So if I do 0, this should just jump. Yeah, that's already too small. Sorry, too high. It needs to be lower even. Oh, but what? How is this positioned? Why is it? What am I doing? Yeah, it's definitely too high up. What? Am I dreaming? Yeah, that's fine. This is whatever. This has its own height. How the hell did I used to do this? It's been too long. Yeah, I know. Oh, but I guess this is actually good because it's like I saw the guy wasn't having its health, and I don't know why. Um, is it all automatic? Why did it not work? What do I need to do on the health? Like, how did it break it? Well, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. I think there was a way to display the plane, right? Nope. I completely forgot how this works. One thing at a time. Let's look how I do it normally. So, well, that was definitely not correct. So this is to be 0. But then test XP widget. That's fine. Health bar widget, -50, that's okay. What the hell am I missing? Because one thing that I'm seeing in my other blueprints is that, so if I do this, yeah, that's fine. I feel like I'm still missing something. I think I am missing something minor, because it should be that this gizmo should be in the middle of my guy, basically. That's what's going wrong. And I don't remember what the hell I'm missing to make it so. Because all the others, if I point at this guy, like, the gizmo here is in the middle, which is good. And then if I look at the fear dude, also in the middle, which is correct. Why is my gizmo not in the middle? This doesn't do anything. Because this is just this, yeah. That's perfectly fine. What am I missing? Face camera material. Actually, that is something as well. Did I do that? Yeah, this is already correct. That's fine. Because that is just not correct. This is just not correct. Can I go to where this guy is? Find. No, I don't want to find. I want browse, sorry. Browse. So let's look at all the things. This is fine. And then we look at the sprite itself. Yeah, this is what I want. I feel I'm missing one step. I'm missing something silly. And I don't remember what it is. It's definitely what I can see for sure. Well, this guy is broken, so I'm not gonna use this anymore, basically. I'm gonna use... I can close all this. Would you like... No, I didn't touch anything. What am I missing? Let's close a bit of stuff there. Oops. Right, reopen. We're back to the wolfing dude. Sprite, I believe, is correct, unless I'm missing something else as well. That's just the middle. So if I look again at... Let's look at something else again. Fear in monk dude. We find the sprite for it, which is somewhere. It's this guy. Yeah, this is in the middle-ish. Oh, is that my mistake actually? That it should be in the middle of the guy and not. Am I just going crazy? So if I look at anything else, let's look, I don't know, at the archer, for instance. the archer as well. So how does this guy look? Idle, flip book. But that's just that. That's not useful. Archer's prize. Yes, it's actually the middle. Is that what I miss? And then the... Why is the... Okay. Actually, yeah, that is kind of correct. No, wait. Wait, what? Okay. Yeah, it's more like this. And then if I go back to this guy here, now it is in the middle. Okay. Okay. But then I puzzle about one thing at a time. So this. Okay. So it's actually in the right position. But it's doing still weird stuff because it's behind the tile. What the hell? Why are you behind the tile, dude? I feel like I'm still missing. Oh, do you know what? I think I know. Because I still need to... That's what I was doing here. Oh, yes. It's been too long. It's been too long. And also I don't have a proper way of doing this, which is not great. I don't have a proper... So basically, I still need to push it up in like in 3D terms because it needs to be on top of the tile. Each tile is like... Each cube is like... I think it's 60 pixels tall? I forgot. So basically now, whenever I assign a unit to a tile, it puts it kind of in the middle of it. And that's why I need to push my guy up after that. So, and we can confirm that by doing like things like, if you look at this guy, which is not this guy, but it's this guy. Look at the viewport. And this is not useful, but we look at this. Yeah, they're all a bit up. And the one thing that I don't freaking remember is how to look at the, how to display a plane, basically. Because that's what I used to do. I used to have a plane that I used to place the thing. Did I just do it manually? Maybe I literally just did it manually and then I removed it. Can try. Yeah, because I guess I can do this, right? So if I do... can I add? No. Just do this. No, this. Can do actor. I think that's literally what I do all the time. I add, I like to test it basically. I do child actor. Yeah. And then I would choose, as type of child actor, I would choose my tile. I think this is what I was doing. Or not. Is it not what I was doing? Am I lying? Maybe I'm lying. Oh, you know what? I know what I know what it is actually. And it's not this. I think my great, I guess even if it's not it will probably work. My great workflow is I have my tile. Because this is the literal tile. This is my literal tile. And here I can again just drop the guy basically. Just drop the guy. Like normally he has this guy and I can drop. Can I do add here? And then it will, I don't know, let's see. Actor, child actor, which is a very, it's always funny because everything is called like, it's quite common for anything like in engines and whatever to call things like, you know, child and parent and stuff. And then of course you start getting, things start getting weird when like you have all the functions, you know, find all children, you know, attack child, attach child. It's all very, it becomes very find orphan child. You know, there are definitely orphans as well. Use all this terminology. It's like if someone else hears you like is listening to you talking. So this literally happens to me like at work. Like I'm talking with a colleague about like, oh my child, you know, my child was deleted, my child disappeared, whatever, very generic. And someone else like from I don't know maybe an artist or someone is just listening to it like, what are you guys talking about? So it's always funny. But yeah, so I think then if I do like Archer, I think this will prove my point. Yeah, okay, this will do weird stuff. Because it's normal, but even that you can kind of see, like my material will always make it like point at the thing. Which means that if I now get ink wolf, yeah, this is where it's wrong, right? So I can see that it needs to be up, and I can kind of like do it. I guess I can kind of do. Can I just do? Nope. Also, I think there was a way to put this to not be a weird scale. Is it this? Yeah. No, this is correct. It's basically you kind of want to see it. Okay, so this is 48 seems to do it. You wanna do like, as long as it's the sprite itself, it's not invisible. That's what you want. I think 42 is fine. So if I go back to this, and this is 42. So this way will should show up in the right spot. And we can kind of again, this entire ordeal started because I wanted to see I forgot to remove the other one, sorry. No, stop. Jesus. Yeah, right. I know. I thought I didn't fucking save it. I guess I did. Alright. This entire ordeal started just because I wanted to see how my dude looked next to the others. There you go. And there we have it. It looks more like it's like, because of its positioning. Now that I'm seeing it also next to each other, next to other things, and next to other dudes as well, it might be too small. It might be too small, and I actually don't know if I like the face. Again, I kind of like, it's one of those where like when you work on something for like an hour or two, you're kind of like, yeah, I like this, I like this, I like this, and then you go back to it, you're like, you know what? No, I don't. But it's good. I think it's fine to test things around. But also, the other nice thing is like, well, now I already have now it's set up a list, which means that I can very quickly test it even in game now. I can only need to update the sprite to be whatever new thing I do, and then it's fine. I can and then quickly test it on in Unreal. The question is, what do I want to change? What do I want to change? So let's get rid of this. How do I feel? Is it too small? That's question number one. Is it too small? And then question number two. I like the head. I kind of like how the head ended up. I like the spikes, I guess. That I don't mind. But the face, yeah, it's a bit like, it looks like a goat. And again, the ink, it looks more like a lizard, doesn't it? Like, because of like how I made the body. I think there is definitely some problem with like well, I guess proportions and like positions of like the thing. It looks like a lizard. Which, I mean, honestly, doesn't really matter. Again, I called you wolf. It could very well be like a salamander instead. I'm like, yeah, this is all I wanted all along. I don't care. In that sense, like there is no story behind this dude that needs for it to be a wolf. Even his actions are not wolf-like. It's just very generic things. So I don't necessarily mind on that side. And it's also true that like salamanders are like They seem to always be, I think again because of Final Fantasy. I don't know if there is like an even more, there must be a more original story, origin story, or like why they seem to be associated with like fire, like elementals. So maybe, maybe. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think there's definitely more work that can be done for this to look more cool. So let's go back to it. That's literally what I wanted to do. But we have a base, so that's okay. We have a base. So we get back to pixel art world. The desk, unfortunately, is a bit. Could use some more room, which I don't have. And where the hell did I put my stencil? Lost it. What the hell? Wait a minute. Oh, there it is. There it is. Alright, so we go back to today's sprite. And we're back. Okay, so we go back to this dude. Cannot get to something, but let's display the background again. Yeah, I think first of all, if I want it to be like wolf-like, I think he needs. I mean, I don't know if the positioning really matters. First, yeah. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I'm in the wrong layer. That's why it doesn't let me do it. I was also typing in the chat. Let me get rid of that before I type weird stuff. Oops. Yeah, so the face, I thought I liked it. At one point it made sense, and now I changed my mind. Like, I don't like it anymore. I think it could use some love. I don't mind. I kind of like how this idea of like the head spikes of sorts. I don't mind it. Don't mind it that much. But the rest I do mind. Let's play again a bit with it. So I get rid of like, so also put those for like to try out the ink feeling, and I'm not sold on. I mean, maybe animating it might be okay. Like if I make it like animate where like it literally drips, then it might give a vibe of ink, and that's okay. But like just without it, it doesn't do it. So let's see. What can I do to fix this? What the hell was that? Oh, it's saving. Why is it giving me a pop-up? Jesus. Oh, it might be because I'm running Unreal. It messes up with like rendering or something. I'll close it. It's not. Yeah, let's close it entirely. Also, let me check on also something, which is this. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so what can I do to make it more like? What makes this a wolf? Actually, what I'm gonna also do is I'm gonna add a new layer to this, which maybe I should learn the shortcut, but whatever. I'm gonna add a new layer. This is a cold head. It's actually the entire thing because I'm gonna draw on top. I want to keep what I have basically. I want to keep the old stuff. I want to just draw on top and see what can I do to make it like what I want. Also, one thing for now, I'm gonna get rid again of the this was supposed to be where am I? This was supposed to be the second leg. I don't. It's confusing me for now, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna get rid of it. And then we try again. We try a bit. We like. How can I make this look more like a wolf? Yeah, I'm in the right spot. I'm gonna do this. So because maybe it's about giving it like a proper, like, you know, yeah, something like this even. Doesn't need to be pointy, but if I were to do, there you go, now it's like Rudolph. Now I think now it looks, it has an actual, like the face has an actual shape with like a bit more wolfy like, and then I can actually make it a bit more like, yeah, you know what, this is already, I think by doing this, it's kind of funny because I can like hide this, right? This is how it was, and this is how it is. And it's funny because now look at this, like this always looked freaking weird. How was I ever okay with this? But now it looks like this, and I'm kind of already okay with this because it's, I think it's pointy, depending on how I want to do it. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Because I'm thinking, can I make this like more narrow, and will that work? Well, I think it's fine actually. I honestly don't think it's that weird. What might start to become weird is actually this. It's like, should it be like this instead? And this be like, no, now this looks weird. Then now we can say question out the eye is weird. Like, should it be maybe here instead? And this should be here. And this is blue or whatever color it is. Now it's a very sad wolf. How did I do it? I forgot. Oh, this way. Oh, I put it back where it was. I wanted to play around with something a bit different. Better like this or like this? It's like the eye doctor deciding which one. But that's actually when it's really good to have like different layers and stuff, or like especially when you work on details, things like that. I'll be like, yeah, test it out. Like, it's funny because if I go back to do I still have it? If I go back to this guy. Now I got rid of all the old stuff. This guy had like so many variations as well. Like again, I think a lot of it was actually again the muzzle. Like it took me so long to decide how like to get the right feel for this, and then by adding the nose, and it kind of worked like this. But it took me a long time as well. Took me quite a long time, and I think it took me days, but not necessarily of actual like, you know, me drawing for like 8 hours for days. It was like I would do a few hours, kind of let it go, let it be like let it like I kind of simmer for a little bit, and then come back to it. Like, oh, you know what? Yeah, the same way it kind of happened now, because like I took like half an hour to put it in the game, basically, or less, like 20 minutes, maybe 15, to set it up, everything to be in game. And then in the meantime, time passed, because before I went to Unreal, I was like, yeah, I like this. Like I just like this version. And then I went to Unreal, some time has passed, and it's next to the other guys, and I was like, nah. So the one thing that I'm kind of like, again, going for is like, well, this is quite cute. It's quite a cutesy thing. And the question is, maybe I don't want it to be cute, right? Maybe I want it to be more like narrow. And I think this is really making it so. I think this is really making it so. Oops. I think I like this more, and then I'm kind of looking at. Does this still make sense? Because this is also like, perspective is always a bit weird, right? I try to do I don't know, because I guess it will come more from here, right? And this is, oh, this makes no sense basically. Like, what is this? Should I make this longer? How does this feel if I do more like, oh, now it's back to being Super Saiyan, eh? Oh, that's weird. This I mind less, yeah. Yeah, this is weird. This I don't know. I don't know about this. Is it too long? What if I do this? No, that also looks very weird. Maybe. I feel like I like this one. I like literally this piece of hair. This one I'm partial to. This one I don't know what this is. This bit I'm like, what am I looking at exactly? Is this like an ear? Is this like, again, well, hair? Is this, what is it? Is it fire? What am I looking at? I don't know. It's not like, it's not working out. I feel like I can do something better than this. I can do, maybe even just this. And then do I do, oh, that's just weird again. That's also the thing. Oh, this looks, I don't like it. It's also a question of, I still don't know about the posture of this dude, by the way. I'm still like, I don't know if he feels more like, well, a wolf or whatever, or more like a lizard. I feel like because of how I cannot set it up, this feels like a lizard. And you can argue that, you know, even like an animal that stays like on four legs, like even like a dog or a wolf or whatever, they can get into this position where like, but it's not the common one. And but then instead the lizard is definitely looks like this. But I think still maybe the problem is also this, like, how does the no, that looks weird. I'm missing something, I feel, in terms of like making it look like a wolf. But I think what I might do, so if you do this, go back to where we were basically, and I think I like this more than the other, so I think this is gonna be transplanted to this. basically. So I can hide this, and this looks fine. And then what I need to do as well, because I've been messing around with stuff, I need to hide this, yeah, because I left. I was kind of like deleting by adding color, just in that case. I'll do this, because I think this is a better result regardless. So I'm okay with that. And we move from here. And then what we need to do is figure out what else is good to convey the right thing. It's also quite like flat in terms of color, isn't it? I don't know if I need to really add anything to it, maybe, because it might still help with like no, it's weird, literally for 1 pixel. I think literally this kind of gave it like because of the hint of shadow, it makes it like more narrow as well, and it kind of helps. Same for this guy. Don't know if I need all of it. Now it looks weird. I might not need anything at all. Yeah, because literally this makes it like... No, it's weird. I like the nose. Do I like the nose? I don't know. I think maybe this leg is not correct, is it? It's not anatomically correct. So maybe that's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna delete all this from the leg, yeah? And now we try to fix, we try to fix the leg a bit. Because I feel like this leg is also, again, not selling the, it's giving me more of a salamander vibe than a wolf vibe. So what about, nope, wait, what? Why can't I draw? What am I, oh, is it locked? Oh, it's invisible, that's all there is. Wait, what? Wait. Yeah, okay. No, there's no difference. Okay. What was I saying? Leg. What if I were to transplant the leg as well? Be like, oh, but of course, then it's already. What's the best way? What's the best way? Can also just play with it here, I guess. I'm kind of doing things, but I could also just do this. It'd be like, does this make any more sense? And then I add a color to it. Honestly, maybe. What about like this? Does this make sense? Feels like this should be in line, right? That's kind of also like how it should probably, perspective wise, should be like. Maybe the one thing that I could do to again kind of get away also from the lizard-like effect, it's like take this entire thing up 1 pixel. Would that make sense? Like, oh, even to like this, like do this, and then of course I need to. Oh, that looks weird. Oh, we fuse the body. I feel like now it's even weirder because it has like this weird belly like. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on it. Not sold on it. I think there are a few things. I think this looks weird because of like the belly. Just looks like chubby. I think because of that, it's definitely giving like a weird vibe, because it looks like I can trim the dude down a bit, and that's okay. And maybe I can. Oops. Should it be more like this instead? So make it like it's just like muscular. Somebody clear it down a bit. This looks weird. Looks weird. Is it the shape or the size? What is it that is weird to me? Well, now it looks like it's walking. That's not good. Nope. No, this is not looking good. This is weird. So it definitely needs to be, yeah, at best like a few pixels, like 2 pixels wide. I think it's the best. I mean, this works, but then yeah, the body's weird, isn't it? Is it just too small? Should I also push it? Should I just make the guy like slightly longer? I feel like it's too like small. Also, looking at the tail again, I don't like it. We're back to not liking the tail, because now it looks like a fin. But I guess it's also fine. It's fine to play around with it. Oops. Nope, don't like it. Oops. Is the head to the side? Now I'm kind of wondering. What if I were to push it again? What if I were to do this? I think this makes more sense actually. Give it more body. You know what? I think now it looks less like a fucking lizard and more like an actual animal. Like a dog or a wolf. I think now it's kind of following him a bit more. Like the belly doesn't look weird anymore. I wonder if I can, because the one thing is still looks chubby. It looks a bit chubby. I wonder if I can do anything about it. I think I don't like this color for. This is definitely not good. This doesn't really matter. Nope. You know what? I think I liked it actually. What if it's like this? Nope, that looks weird for sure. Yeah, okay, so this bit is kind of be more what I was thinking. that's just weird. Not like that. Nah. I think this worked a little bit better. So what I'm kind of trying to decide is, well, a few things. One is I'm trying to make it a bit more, slightly more menacing and less cute, in a way. I don't know. Also, I mean, it gets to a point it doesn't have to be perfect, of course. We get back to the good old usual, but like, it doesn't have to be perfect. But it does need to convey a little bit. So one thing that it's like, this is definitely like flat as hell. Like, the entire thing is just like this orangey, reddy kind of thing. So I wonder if I can do something about that as well. Because where would the shade be? How would how does anything work? Would you have it here? Ah, that looks weird. Because like now, what am I? What is it even? Oops. Does it barely have a shade? Probably. This seems to actually kind of help in terms of like shape. But I kind of know I made it fat again. This. It's kind of funny. Why does that make it fat? No, that makes it look like, yeah. Okay, let's see, because this one we're back to me not minding this. I'm curious to see how does it feel in game. How does it feel in game? There's of course the question that like, well, this is missing one leg right now, but that's okay. Export as well full of ink, yeah, just do the thing. Yep. Yep. And let's run Unreal again. Let's see how I feel about it. Because I think it also helps to. I could also literally just do it here, I guess. Because it helps singing also next to the other guys. I guess I should also, if I'm doing like some sort of color on its front leg, I should also have it on its back leg. And also, the more I look at the tail now, the more I don't like. I think the tail maybe should be exactly the same as the head. Like it should have like these spiky things, and see how that feels. Hmm. Okay, so back to this. Oh, well, I haven't shared my screen. Sorry. See. I need to import the texture, whatever the freaking button it is. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, wrong thing. Close, unclose, browse. No? Okay. Why are you not taking me to the right place? Whatever. Import dude. Texture. Re-import. Yeah, nice. There we go. How does it feel? How does it feel? Fall down. Checking something. Checking something. Yeah. Cool. Okay. You know what? You know what? I think there is something here. I think there is something. I suspect. I think I can make it bigger, right? Is it too small? Is it too small? There is definitely a little room. Because I feel like it looks like a puppy still. It looks a bit like a puppy next to all the other dudes as well, right? And then you have the monk dude, so it's here. And a few things. One is, I wonder... I'm gonna kind of put all the dudes to one another, right? Next to one another. First of all, the tail kind of covers a lot the guy behind it, which I am kind of okay with. I don't care that much. Like, if it's in front of it, then, well, that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. Just move. That's kind of okay, I think. I don't know if I have a strong opinion on that. But what I do think, and I'm kind of also looking at the sprite. No, what I think is I need a quick drink. I'll be right back. Alright, so there'll be something to eat, just like a quick snack. Let me check on something. Yeah, I think the dude can be slightly bigger, can't it? Also, I'm wondering if the positioning could be better. So let me isolate it again. Yeah. Oops, no, that's not the one I wanted. Ink Wolf. Okay. And then let's move it around a bit. So something I'm thinking is the position of this guy. Could this guy be better? Well, yeah, if I do that, they will behave weirdly. I can't actually do that. This needs to be 0. Oh yeah, that's why it breaks. I forgot. If you start messing around with the sorry, I'm done eating. If you start messing around with the other axis, it does weird stuff when you move. Well, that's what you expect when you do the camera. When you move the camera. So the way that it needs to work is that they need to be. Yeah, I can only play on the Z axis really. The way that it works for them to always stay in the right spot. Also, somehow I broke direction. I think that's a problem for a different. Why the hell are they changing direction? I'll fix it. But what I do think, I mean, this is fine to as a proof of concept, like as in like. No, it's actually it's annoying because I have this guy in the middle of it. Oh fuck! Also, let me start again. Yeah, I know, I know, I know. Do the thing. Do the thing, just the right guy, so I don't see anything weird. Yeah. Okay. And then do this, as I was saying. So I think if I move this, it will be okay, though, right? If I move this guy, well, this will just do this. That's not what I wanted. I mean, it's just this. This will. I think first of all, it should be more like here, right? Or even here. That can be in the middle. But also, yeah, it can be way bigger, right? It can be. He could be a bigger dude than this. I feel like it's not really conveying. Still a bit too cutesy, basically. That's the thing. I don't mind this. Maybe that's part of it. Is like maybe it's one of those that I do need to let it like simmer, in terms of like style. Like, do I mind? Because I feel like if I well, first of all, none of this is like final, right? I'm gonna change this stuff. This is again for the sake of like a proper prototype that will allow me to kind of show it around as well, because again, I need to use my art and not like placeholder even in my videos and stuff. I don't like displaying it otherwise. So it's not too bad. It still follows this, so this is my style, right? It is definitely my style, so that's not a problem on its own. So it doesn't have to be perfect. And like again, I can imagine that by doing other evolution, because this is my first evolved unit as well, so I don't have a strong practical opinion, because I need to make them basically, right? I need to make them to have to then realize, you know what? Yes, this is the right direction. No, this isn't the right direction. So I think it's actually okay to not spend too much time on it, right? Because I spent about today it was 3 hours basically, a bit less because of course I was also chatting a bit and explaining the thing. But about 2 hours doing this and did like an hour-ish last time, which is fine. It's not too long or anything. Something that I can think of. I wonder if I just make the guy bigger. if I just zoom it. No, I think actually no. If anything, it should maybe be more about using actual more pixels, because I think it will give it like more, gives me a bit more leeway as well. What do I want to do? I think I want to change the tail. The tail is weird. I was a try. I think this. I honestly think maybe I can try the same style from the head. I want to see how that feels like. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. See how the head feel, how the tail feels like if it has like this kind of like big fluffs of hair. I don't know how to say it. Like the head does. I could try it out, but it definitely is. I think we got to a nice place. I don't mind this. So I think I'm gonna refine the tail, and then we can start animating this honestly and see how that feels. And maybe again, maybe I can try to make it slightly bigger. I'll let I think the size. I'll let that one simmer. I'll be like, I'll think for it for like today. We'll keep going. Change the tail, and then I'll come back to it tomorrow. Look at it and be like, do I still like this? You know, is this okay, or do I want to make it bigger? Oh, maybe it's not even today. Sorry, it's not even tomorrow. It might just be another day. Because it takes a bit to decide, of course, again. Alright, that's it. So I think we can also try it out, like out of curiosity. Can I? Will this look weird if I do this? Definitely. But this. Yeah, I think. Well, I'm not gonna do it this way, but I think like the playing with the size this way, I think it's okay. I think it could definitely be slightly bigger. Okay, this needs to go up a bit, of course. It's like this. Yeah, I think you can definitely use a few more pixels, basically. Can definitely use a few more pixels to be... Alright, let's see. I've been kind of running out of energy a little bit, so I think I'll do maybe a final few bits on the tail and call it one day, because, you know, don't want to exhaust myself as well doing this. So let's switch back to a sprite. Is it Ace Sprite? How is this even supposed to be pronounced? What's the idea behind it? Okay, so what's the best way to go about this as well? Do this, get rid of anything here. Maybe I can do... Can I literally steal... Wait, what? Can I literally steal this shape and be like, how does that feel? What if I were... Because I can do this, right? Like super quick. I'll do this. Wait, what? What did I copy? Oh, I'm copying wrong stuff. And also, what is... Is there stuff? What is this? Why it doesn't know? Which layer is this? Oh, it's something else. Is it this? Oh, okay. Put it by mistake on the... I've been drawing the wrong thing. Let me fix this quick. Because it ruins my... Oops. Okay. Also, I think this style is not exactly representative of like my tile. I need to fix this too. Because here it looks bigger, basically. do this as well. My tiles are actually slightly bigger than this, so it's not like it's giving me a bit of false information of sorts. Because I can this as well. I'm running the game as well on the side. Because I want to see all the things. It's fortunate, of course, I can only stream one screen at a time, and I'm gonna keep switching. Yeah, it's like but this was literally in the wrong place. That's hilarious. Okay. I just painted. What is happening? Am I on the right layer? Hide this. Wait, what? Okay. I don't know what's happening. Anyway. Yeah, this looks back the same. Yeah, compared to that, it's just like way smaller actually. So I need to make a better towel, I think. Or maybe the dudes are just not zoomed in enough. In a normal. Anyway, so what I was saying is I can grab the head and I say can grab the head. Oh, I keep doing the wrong thing. That's why it doesn't work. One last time with passion. Grab the head on the right layer and then back on this and then copy the head in the right place. Okay, and then we rotate it like just to get a vibe. Now it's literally 9 tails. Now it's kind of like going to be. Also, look at this. Oh. I mean, not gonna do it this way, but it is more like to see. Also, maybe what I should do is I'll paint over this. Basically, on this layer, I'll do this, so I can just play around with my stuff without losing it, just to have a reference. So if I do this, is back, right? Right layer, and then we do the thing that I was doing, which is giving it a bump, basically. Honestly, it's not even that weird. It's not even that weird, honestly. If I keep it, no, I need to do this for now. If I do this way, it's literally the same thing in both places. Of course, I need this a bit much. No, let's clear this one. Something like this. Gives it a bit of a vibe. It's exactly the same thing. And that's okay. But I think maybe I don't want to make it too big as well at the same time though, because like when it's in front of other guys, it's a bit weird. I kind of need to check. I feel like in other games, they might not ever do this. Like it might never go too crazy in terms of like when this goes outside of its own tiles. I guess to avoid that covering units, because you never want to cover a unit, right? That being said, there are ways to get around that too, right? For instance, every time I select my unit, I could make it so that it's out. Can I make it so that its outline is in front of the others? It's not easy, actually, probably. It's probably not that easy, because the drawing order, it's what it is, basically. I wonder. Well, do you know what? Maybe you can, because it's the same way when you do things like when you see in other games where you can see like behind walls and stuff, either via like holograms or like the bat radar kind of thing, you know, this kind of stuff. You can use all of that. You can do stencils and stuff to do that, and these will all live in the same realm. So I think it's possible. I need to look at how I made the entire thing, of course, to figure out if it is possible. That being said, I don't mind this. honestly. I actually kind of don't mind it. Some of it is a bit weird, so we can still clean it up. Keep it like because maybe this can be like a bit more drippy if I can figure out the right shape for it. Because I kind of want it to be more going down, almost a source. It's a bit chunky. Maybe. It's becoming Vulpix from Pokemon, basically. Very slowly, I'm kind of like, I'm pivoting from Wolf to Vulpix to anything else, to Goku, I guess. But there is always a bit of Goku in everything I do, which is fine, I think. It's a good brand for a reason. I don't mind it. Again, we're still back to the point. I think it's too small. When I put it to the others, I think it looks a bit too small. But maybe I can fix it by just zooming it and keeping it still this way. I don't mind this. I say that, and I said the same before with like with a completely different face, a completely different everything, and then I hated it. So right now I say I don't mind it, and tomorrow I might say I do mind it. Or in an hour from now, I might say, yeah, it's horrible. But for now, I don't mind it. If I only could make it drippy. This entire thing, of course, there's still the entire problem of like this doesn't look like ink at all. Nothing does. Which is, you know, it's the artist's fault, of course, mine, and no one else's. I wonder, because like, what can I do? If I do this, like I was saying, oh, that just looks weird. I don't like that. It might just be literally a case of adding these pixels during the in the idle, like make it like always dripping, and then it will kind of work because of it. Like a few pixels here and there, I think will actually give that like feel. I think. Like already right now, honestly, it doesn't look. It looks more wet more than anything else. Not ink. I don't know how to make it look like actual ink. Like I don't know what I can do. But if I do like this random like falling pixels, I feel like there is something here. And if I make a move, I think that's the thing. When if I animate this, because now it kind of feels like because of this, like literally like this couple of pixels, like vertical pixels I've added randomly. Now it looks like it's melting or dripping of something, kinda. And I think if I animate it, like vaguely, like if I make the idol, like I literally just move these pixels one down, etc. It will actually work. You know. So I'll do a few things. I'll save. Do I want to do the idle animation already? Do I want to go down that rabbit hole already? I mean, again, it's gonna be. I imagine it's just my idol will just be the pixels dripping slightly differently. I think so. That's not too bad. Okay, it's just copy paste of all the things. I wonder. Does this look better? No, this makes it look weird. No, I think this is the. It needs to be in these colors basically. Because it kind of needs. It needs to be more or less the. It depends actually, because some of it on the edge is tricky. Because if I do it on the silhouette of the thing, then it looks like like something darker. Then it seems like it's modifying the silhouette, so that's not good. And if I use the same color, maybe that's the rule. Maybe the rule is I should use the same color that I'm using. Is that the rule? I don't know if that's the rule. It kind of works here. So versus like a darker color, I feel like this is fine, and this I'm kind of okay with, because then I'll move this. It'll be kind of like this and do this, and then it'll become maybe this or something. I'll play around with that literally, and I think I got something here. Honestly, yeah, I will have to merge this. But that's okay. I think all in all, this was a good session, and it kind of also goes back to what I keep saying about me doing pixel art, which is a bunch of different phases of like, I suck, I can't do this, this is horrible, why am I doing this? This is okay. It's like there's like a wait a second. It's like wait a second, this is okay. It's never great. I think. I mean, I'm no, you know, I'm just saying it's okay. Again, for this purpose as well. It's not. Some stuff grew on me, which is kind of funny. Like the ink dude really grew on me, and people seem to really like actually ink dude. Every time I show it to guys, say like, yeah, that's nice, it's kind of cute. Then monk grew on me, so you know, it's also one of those things. The more you see it, the more it can go either way. But like sometimes when I'm like just okay with stuff, then I just keep looking at it, and then it becomes like a thing. It's like, yeah, that's my ink dude. That's fine. So let's do the idol. Let's prove the point of the ink. Prove the point of the ink. And then I'll tag everything with ink, and then I'll get all the color obscure traffic because of it's just use like hashtag ink, hashtag whatever, painter. And I'll get all the views. It's kind of funny because in a way, like color obscure has like I never imagined my game to look that way, but at the same time, it really does touch upon like a very similar concept, like the feel of it more than not the actual visuals, because I mean clearly not going for like realistic in any way whatsoever, or like high fidelity of any kind, of course, but like the vibe of it, the dreamy vibe of it that it has, that's definitely also what I'm going for. But well, technically, well, this game is 12 years old, so I can at least to myself I can be I'm okay with it. I don't feel like I stole the idea or anything, or I'm just following a trend. Anyway, so let's do this. I will. Nope. It's been so long that I've done anything. Can I? If I do a new frame, it copies the same, right? Yeah. Okay. And then I forgot how to tag things. Yeah. This is idle. I can actually delete the other guy, I guess, because I don't need. Because this is my. I'll keep the walk. I haven't decided yet. How I want my walk to look like. Oh well, I have a few ideas in mind. One is like a gallop of sorts, like a very powerful gallop. So, which I think it's actually easier to do than freaking actual walk, because like I said in my other video, oh gee, did I remove Wilson? No, it's still there. Still makes me laugh. Doing this was freaking hard, and I think I kind of pulled it off. Really, I think it could be better, but it's fine for now. Again, back to the fine for now. But it's actually really tricky, and it's like I had to use, what I did is I used a book, which I don't have it right now nearby me, it's somewhere in my flat. I used the book from the, I think the guy used to be the director of like Disney animation back when they used to draw stuff, like, you know, the Lion King and Bambi and all those dudes. And this is actually a really good book about animation, where like it shows you like how they used to animate, well, animals and stuff, and all the rules they were following, and what to do, and how the head is supposed to bob like up and down at a certain moment in time, like for humans as well. They had a bunch of rules. So it's actually really cool. So I followed that. It's hard to tell from this because of course I have a lot less frames to do what they were suggesting, because they suggest like to do on twos, and I think they used, well, like 20 something frames for a walking animation of a was it like a trotting animation of like an animal, whatever. And I don't plan to do this too long as well. Anyway, let's try the dripping. So if this is the standard state, and then this is the next one. So if the next one, and if I press play, does it? Yeah, no. Oh, I can't edit it, of course. It's a shame that like I don't know if you can preview. What if I do this and then I still just I do this? Yeah, okay, okay. So it will still give me a preview of like the dripping. That's weird. Oh, and it will probably be slower, right? So that what I'm gonna do, of course, which I'm not gonna do here. I can do that in Unreal. I can make the entire thing slower, but I think I can test it, right? I forgot. I think there is a way to say, yeah, it's this. I can make it slower basically, but having the same amount of frames. So let's say it takes half a second. Yeah. So you see, I feel like already by playing around a bit. Oops, what did I press? I can do this, right? I can make this drip, and then I can make this do this. You know, it might be the mistake that I probably need to avoid is like if I just make these guys kind of move this way, like all in sync, it will make this blinking effect like a Christmas tree, which is not what I want. So maybe that's also a thing to consider. Like it shouldn't be all the things moving at the same time. It should be one thing at a, like maybe this starts and then the next frame this guy moves, but this guy stays. You know, I make it like slow, so that it's not everything kind of like doing weird like Christmas tree. I think if you maybe I literally follow my own advice and I just do literally one at a time. So this is that, and then is there like a freaking, is there a duplicate cell? What does that do? No, I want a new frame. I don't want. Yeah, this is what I want. What's the Alt N? Okay. Okay. So we'll go back to this. This is the same. And then in this case, we literally just make. Oops. What did I press? Wait. Oh, because I fuck. Okay. Yeah, by making them like out of sync, just vaguely, very vaguely. So now one moves, then the other moves. It will make it so that it looks like it. A couple of things I can do, like. And some stuff I can keep going and others can just like disappear. I don't think I need much. So this is that. All time I said. I'll listen to myself. Could you hear the sneeze? It was like a loud sneeze from like beyond the grave, I guess. Wonder if my mic got it. Anyway. So now it's doing that. And then we do this, and we do this. So we make this. This is dripping. Bluff, bluff. And then maybe this cannot go right. Let's do bluff, bluff. And then we do all 10. This is probably too slow by now because I just put a I put a random, like, just made it like this to prove a point. But if I were like press this, let's do. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's okay, honestly. Yeah, I think it does convey kind of like the idea of like, well, drip. I don't know if you guys can see, because I'm talking about this guy. Of course, this guy doesn't animate. I can press this here as well, and then we'll see it, I guess, in the thing. I think this will be okay to animate this way. So this is weird. One thing that I'm kind of noticing is that, so when I do this, like, oops, the center, like this guy that just moves, that looks weird. So I don't like that. I'll change it. I'll change it to be this maybe. Because then it does this. Wait. This. Let's do this. Oops. And then maybe in this frame it does do this. Because I guess the another thing to consider that is important is that, well, this is a loop, so it kind of needs to go back to, like, the last frame, of course, needs to then work with the initial one, right? So you probably want one more, making like, it's funny. This is one of the idols with the most frames I made for these dudes, and it's just the ink. Because I kind of want to make it drop. Arguably, can even do this, right? And again, this can be, I can play around with this by actually in Unreal, where like because now I'm just kind of trying it out. I can play with this in Unreal and add, basically, what I can do is I can say how long the animation is, like half a second or whatever it is, and I can set up all my frames, and then I can just duplicate certain frames. I can just say like paper ZD, or maybe actually not even paper ZD. It's like standard paper 2D, whatever it is. The flipbook stuff allows you to do that quite easily. You can just say repeat this frame 2, 3, X amount of times, and you can play around with that basically, and to see how that feels. And then this way I can make the animation look faster or slower or whatever it is. So let's play it again. How does it look? I think so. This probably should disappear. What if I do this? Does this look weird? Off. Off. So I think we get to a point where basically the ink disappears. Oops, like this guy should go away probably. You can also try by making it also jump. I wonder. Oops. I wonder. Oops. If that feels right. If I do this. No, it doesn't. What if I do this? Bluff, bluff. I think it's... So I have this, and then I think this really needs to be like this. The same, almost, or maybe... Because you kind of want to slowly dripping. And then it disappears. You can argue maybe you can have another frame yet again. This is like the most complex animation ever. Just me making things drip. So that one is gone. This one is gone. This one maybe is too quick to go, isn't it? As if, you know, that actually feels fine because that's kind of the belly. It feels like it's rolling off the belly. Well, this is the leg, so you kind of see it a bit more, right? And it's fine. So this is very quick. You have this. And then technically I haven't done that at all. So I can do this. Can kind of like make it like... But it should be out of sync from this guy, basically. Otherwise it's weird. Should be out of sync from this guy. I cannot do the wrong thing. And then this is this. And then we're back. Maybe this is just this. Oops. How does this one look? Yeah, I'm kind of okay with it. I think this makes it 1 pixel. Oh no, I'm touching just one guy, so that's not good. Can I do this? Does this work? No, that's not right. Nope. Fuck. Okay, because I can see the body is a bit weird now. Oh, I literally missed this amount. Is it better like this? So that's when I shouldn't touch the main body anymore. Okay, what do you guys think? I feel like because of this, and again I can play around with this, it's just like minutia in a way, but I like the because maybe what I could also do now, it's very like all this dripping is very straight, but I could maybe even play around with like a vague like arc, just because of course the body is like a, you know, a tube, like, you know. So it should be like, well, it should fall to the side a little bit and then go down, right? That's which I'm not doing it. Now it's all flat. It's all falling flat. Which, you know, I mean, it's freaking pixel art. It's like I don't think people will be like, oh, but this is not physics work. This is how liquids move. It's like, you don't say. Also, this is not how anything works. Also, there's always, oh, it's dreams. It's dreams, guys. This is how it works in my dream. Okay. I'm actually kind of happy with this, honestly. I will probably, like, I can see myself going crazy on like literally removing 1 or 2 pixels for like half an hour, 2 hours, especially for the next couple of days, and like I can imagine doing it. But for now, I'm okay with this. There are a couple of things that I need to do. Well, I need to export this basically. Okay. Oh wait, am I? Oh god, I need to fix this manually. Break. That's why you should do things properly and not what I did. But yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, what the hell is that? This is yeah. Yeah, okay, fine. I should have done it a different way. It's fine. I'll fix it. It's okay. Yeah, no, these guys need to go. Maybe what I should do is I should just remove this, because this is what it did, right? I did. I drew over. In one layer. And I probably should have moved it before. Oh, okay. How does it look if yeah, okay. Oops, sorry. Yes I can. One sec. Let me put I need to put everything back so it doesn't look weird. So this is the animation. But again, this is like with with a kind of a random frame rate basically. Because I put like what did I put? I forgot. Like I think I put half a second or something. And again, it's not necessarily how I would set it up in Unreal exactly. I might again copy frames in a different way. But I think it gives the wet vibe, which is more than I can say for the other include currently. Maybe this is the fix for the other guy as well. I could have like that's not a bad idea. I could have the ink of the the ink dude coming out of like its pot and dripping, and that will give some sort of dripping like idea. Like, oh, I can see this being ink now because it's dripping instead of like nothing. So I can. That's not a bad idea at all. Okay, so let's fix the rest as I was saying. So I need to clean up basically because I left a few. These on top, so I don't care. I just need to get rid of this old shit. No, that I probably need because that's a leg. Yep. And then we put this back. We play. Oops, no. Hi, dude. We play this back. This looks fine. That's okay. So it didn't break anything. There's like I can see already. I messed this up. Like this has like random pixel, but for now it's fine. So let's clean this. Clean the blue that I shouldn't have drawn over. I should have passed it around. That's okay. But I forgot here as well. I don't know if there is a better way. Can I? Nah. By the time I try to figure it out, and it's gonna be the usual weird cases. Okay. This is fine. Oops. I don't know how I'm pressing this. Almost there. So now I can do this. I might do this already in Unreal, or maybe I'll do it next time because I am getting a bit tired. It's almost 11. I don't want to overdo it too much. I'll make sure I don't tire myself out. And also I work tomorrow. Right. Yep. Okay, I think I got rid of most things. There's still the question if I should show the other leg or not. For now, I'm not. And oh, what? I forgot one. What? How did I miss this bit? How did I miss this bit? What? Wait a second. What am I dreaming? How did I miss 2 frames? Okay. Am I? Okay. Is it just? Oh, it's literally just double click. Then what if I make it fast? Yeah, honestly, it can even be faster. Wait, does it do? How does this work? Oh, you can. I didn't even know you can change it per frame. So I can also do here what, what I was saying I was going to do in Unreal. Even though, of course, when I expose this, I don't think it's smart enough to export like the replicated frames. Maybe it is, but I think it's actually better to not do it here. Way better to do it in Unreal. That being said, no, I wanted to do this. Like, can I set this properly to everyone? Does this work? I don't know. I feel like it's not doing it. No, it's not. Okay. But more or less. So that's the idea. That's the idea, which I don't mind. I would say, I think this is where I call it. Keep going, like, again, very good progress, all considered. I was, when I started today, I was like, again, I wasn't too optimistic. I was like, oh, this might take me ages, this might take me a while, this and that. I got to a place that I kind of like. The colors might be, at one point, thought a bit more, maybe, because it still feels quite bright. Like, it's a bit bright as a dude. I might change it, maybe slightly like less saturated, maybe. I'm not sure. I might change it. For now, it's okay. I think. Then after this, next time well, I put this in game, of course, just to see also how it feels a bit, and then I think I do the animations. I do the movement animation, which hopefully won't take too long, because it is about, depending on how I do it, like again, like galloping I think might be actually quicker, and it's about moving pixels a little bit. The annoying thing, of course, is that at one point in time I need to do it front and back. But that's something for something else. I don't know if that will be part. I feel like that is fine to do offline, honestly. Like, no one wants to see me do like front and back of everything. It's just like whatever. I don't want to do it. So I definitely can understand if no one else wants to see. Yeah, I think this is what I call it. I think I can call this a success of sorts. I might post this as like in like socials and things, like to show off a bit. I actually want to do a time lapse of this because I think it would be cool. Just like how we started. Like I can look at the old video and this one, and make a quick time lapse on how I got to here. And maybe if I keep going, of course, it will be even more. I think it will be fun. Yeah, so I think that's it for tonight. Thank you everyone. And next time I'll be streaming probably, officially I said Tuesday. And I think I probably should stick to that, because I think, again, getting a bit of a chill day, it's good to not overdo it, I think. I might do, again, stuff maybe offline if I feel like it. Maybe not, I don't want to overdo it just yet. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. You know, feel like following and stuff. If you're watching this video from the future, maybe as a VOD or something, you know, feel free, follow around. This will keep going for a while, so like this entire development, I mean, this will take a bit. So if you want to join the ride, keep me company, have any comments or anything, it's always nice. And if you have any questions or anything, I don't mind answering, of course. So just let me know. And for now, have a good night. I'll see you on the next stream. Bye.